Check, 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 check. Check, check.
This is the Bordas Bordas Friday Night Rivals on WTOV9.
Yes, it is from Wheeling Island Stadium, a town known as Wheeling, West Virginia. Hello again, everybody, and welcome inside the broadcast booth, getting you set for quarterfinal action in the WVSSAC Toyota High School Football Playoffs. Alongside the coach, Tony Filberto, I'm Jack Hillgrove, and we're getting you ready for the 4 versus 5 matchup in West Virginia Class 4A. The Huntington Highlanders coming in at 10-1. Taking on the home team, the Wheeling Park Patriots, at 8-3. Coach, both of these teams coming off of pretty convincing wins in round number 1. Huntington a 56-28 win over University. Wheeling Park put it on Musselman 43-0 to match up again, where both teams come off big wins, but you get to a 4 versus 5 matchup in the quarterfinals. These games, at least on paper, should be competitive, and I think we're on tap for that today.
I think so. You get to the second round of the playoffs in West Virginia, and you got good football teams. We're going to see some little diversity between the two of them. I expect the ball in the air a little more with Huntington, and Wheeling Park is running more than they did in the past, but very capable of throwing.
Yeah, Brennan Wack, the junior tailback for the Wheeling Park Patriots, something to keep an eye on today. Wack, 1,916 yards coming into this matchup, 26 total touchdowns this season. Wack, we're told, is 147 yards away from the all-time single-season rushing record here at Wheeling Park High School. Led, of course, by head coach Chris Doherty in his 16th season as the head man of his alma mater, the Wheeling Park Patriots. Bundled up and ready to go on the sideline. Our coach's spotlight presented by Roto-Rooter. Doc in his 16th season, 109 all-time victories, a Wheeling Park and a West Liberty alum. This Patriots club, its first playoff win since it won the state title back in 2015 was in round 1 against Musselman. Talking to Doc earlier in the week, he thought they were poised to make a run in the 2020 season. 12 straight wins leading into the playoffs. COVID-19 in Ohio County being in the red phase at the time knocked Wheeling Park out of the playoffs. Since then, tough first round matchups. They finally get over that playoff hump in round 1 against the Applemen of Musselman and pick up their first playoff win in nearly a decade.
I love to watch the teams that Doc has coached. You can have a flash anytime with a good team. He's built a program year after year. They're in the thick of things. He's put a great team together. He replaced a quarterback, a tailback, and his number 1 receiver, and they're still hitting on all cylinders.
Yes, they are. Again, that first round win, a 43-0 victory over the Applemen of Musselman in the Eastern Panhandle. It earned Wheeling Park our latest Bordas Bordas High School Football Team of the Week honors. That story aired on Tuesday on WTOV News 9 at 6. It's online at WTOV9.com, and if you missed it, well, we're going to show it to you right now. Coming into Saturday's round 1 matchup at Wheeling Island Stadium, Wheeling Park hadn't won a playoff game in nearly a decade. But after a 43-0 trouncing of Musselman, that is no more. And the Patriots are on to the state quarterfinals for the first time since 2015.
So this was one that it gave us an opportunity. We played in week 3. Now let's see if we've, had any growth between week 3 and week 11 or 12, whatever it is. It was nice to see that we did, and our offense executed very well. We were very efficient.
Tailback Brennan Wack ran for 163 yards and 3 touchdowns, while quarterback Jay Bordas' 3 of 5 completed passes went for 6, with over 200 yards through the air.
Now it's a marriage. I think early on, Brennan was carrying us a little bit in our offensive line, and Brennan and allowing our receivers and our quarterback to kind of catch up. Well, they're starting to catch up, and we're able to make some plays, some explosive plays. When that happens, the run game's going to get a little bit easier for Brennan and our offensive line, and that's what we hope to do.
Next up for the Patriots, a matchup at home against the 5-seed Huntington this Friday at 4 o'clock.
It'll be a tough task, but that's the way it should be when 4 and 5 and 4A get together. It should be a tough game. This should be a game that, two good teams play each other, and someone's going to win, someone's going to lose.
We are the Wheeling Park Patriots.
Your Bordas Bordas WTOV9 Team of the Week.
And that marriage that Doc was talking about was between sophomore quarterback Jay Bordas and junior tailback Brennan Wack. Earlier in the year, Wack kind of carrying the offense. Now it's a different story. Coming up after the break, we're going to talk about Jay Bordas, the sophomore signal caller for Wheeling Park, his growth this season as we sit here and get set for the quarterfinal round of the Toyota WVSSAC playoffs. We'll be back with the pregame in a little bit.
I'm Jamie Bordas of Bordas Bordas. Some things you should know about us. We represent people in personal injury and wrongful death cases. We fight for the little guy against insurance companies and corporations. We offer free initial consultations. We don't charge you anything unless we recover money for you, and we advance your case expenses out of our pockets. Check us out at bordaslaw.com or call us at 888-4JUSTICE.
Bordas and Bordas, proud partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
My name is Amy Matus. I am a nurse manager with WV Medicine. Our lung cancer screening program is based out of Wheeling, but we have 4 ACR accredited sites of service for low-dose CT, which include Wheeling, Reynolds Memorial, Harrison County, and Barnesville Hospital. For patients interested in entering the program, there are 2 ways. You can have your primary care physician refer, or you can enter the Wheeling Hospital website under the lung cancer screening page.
'Twas the night of the festival. All through the park, the instruments tuned, each note set to spark. The bows were rosin, choir voices clear, for Wheeling Park High's greatest show of the year.
Please join us at the J.B. Chambers Performing Arts Center December 13th through the 15th. We welcome an audience of all ages for our annual Festival of Sound. All Ohio County school students are free with ID. Adult tickets may be purchased with the QR code below. Ohio County Schools wishes you and your family a wonderful holiday season.
People always ask me, why should I call Mr. Reuter Plumbing? Here's why. Our owner, Bob Bill, learned plumbing from his father, who started plumbing in 1964. His father taught him to do it the right way the first time, and that's what Bob passes on to all of our plumbing technicians today. If you need a plumber, get it done right the first time. Call Mr. Reuter Plumbing. Always available with over 50 trucks on the road and financing available for big and small jobs. Why Mr. Reuter? Because you deserve the best.
All righty, everybody, welcome back inside the broadcast booth here at Wheeling Island Stadium, getting you set for the Toyota WVSSAC playoffs quarterfinals, 4-5 in Class 4A between the Patriots of Wheeling Park, the 4 seed at 8-3, and Huntington, the 5 seed at 10-1. Both teams with a ton of talent on both sides of the ball, and these are our keys to the game today, presented by WTOV9. Limit the big-time players. We'll talk about some of those guys for Huntington. They've got a lot of talent, and win in the trenches. A big week last week for Wheeling Park up front, both offensively and defensively. They're going to want to keep that moving this week. And for Huntington, it's winning all 3 phases of the game, control the emotions. Before the break, we were talking about, Coach Doherty was talking about the marriage between Brennan Wack and Jay Bordas. And you know, anytime you have a sophomore quarterback coach thrown into the fold a little bit, there's expected to be some growing pains, but he has played extremely well, especially as we get to this round of the playoffs.
Absolutely. I mean, I am so impressed. The kid's only a sophomore. He's blended into this offense. He's given them that passing game to complement the great running game that they have, and it gives them much better balance than I've seen them in the past number of years.
All right, let's take a look at our starting lineups in this one as we get set for the quarterfinals of the Toyota WVSSAC playoffs. Huntington, it's presented by McAdoo Towing and Crane Service. The offense for the Highlanders, Avante Crawford is the quarterback. H-back is Antonio Pascal. Keegan Sack, Zaw Jackson, the tailbacks in this group. Jamari Tubbs, Tavian Chandler, and then Ramsey, McPherson, Pratt, Gadd, and Adkins is the starting offensive line for this group. One guy that isn't listed on that screen, Coach, that we will see a lot of in this one is the wide receiver, Tavion Wilson, just committed to Clemson last week. Here's the Wheeling Park defense. Again, both of these presented by McAdoo Towing and Crane Service. Cameron Bryan, Jaden Woods-Davis, Hunter Means up front. The linebackers of Short, Maynard, Coker, and Burkhart. And the secondary of Colin Wiley, Jed Hunley, Isaac Sands, and Owen Dobrinsky-Hines. Jamison Maynard has been a beast, Coach. 127 tackles, 17 tackles for loss, 2 forced fumbles, 3 interceptions. If I was a betting man, I would have to bet that he'll be a finalist for our Defensive Player of the Year award coming up here in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, he battled a few injuries earlier, and they tell me that he's back 100%. And what a great football player.
Let's keep the starting lineups rolling, presented by McAdoo Towing and Crane Service. The Huntington defense up front, a 4-3 look. Braxton Mount, Aaron McPherson, Jeremiah Lyles, and Max Boren. Those are the defensive linemen. The linebacking core of Brandon Miller, Bryce Winkfield, and Elias King are the middle of the defense. And the secondary, Dante Newsome, Tavian Chandler, the corners, Zaw Jackson, Keegan Sack, the safety tandem for the Highlanders. Flipping things over to the Wheeling Park offense. Again, the starting lineup is presented by McAdoo, Towing and Crane Service. Bordas, the quarterback this season, the sophomore, Jay, 59% completion percentage, 1,700 yards, 16 touchdowns to 6 interceptions. Brennan Wack, potentially historic day for him. We'll talk about that in a moment. He's the tailback. Colin Wiley, Owen Dobrinsky-Hines, and Cash Campbell-Hayward are the receivers. Jamison Maynard mixed with a little bit of Nolan Yanchak at tight end, and the offensive line, Liam Waldeck, Kieran Moses, Hunter Means, Cameron Bryan, and over the ball, our DeFelice Brothers Pizza Scholar Athlete of the Week, Luke Miller. He's going to be studying zoology and biology at your alma mater, Coach, West Liberty University, and you'll hear from him at halftime. A pretty cool kid and a pretty impressive kid to talk to. Again, our starting lineups are presented by McAdoo's Towing and Crane Service. We'll wrap up the pregame and get you set for kickoff here in a moment from Wheeling Island Stadium. It is cold. It is snowing a tad, but it's football weather. Kickoff and more coming up next.
Dives in for the Patriot touchdown. Open he goes. Brennan Wack at the 30. He is off to the races, and he is into the end zone. Patriot touchdown.
My name is Amy Matus. I am a nurse manager with WVU Medicine. Our lung cancer screening program is based out of Wheeling, but we have 4 ACR accredited sites of service for low-dose CT, which include Wheeling, Reynolds Memorial, Harrison County, and Barnesville Hospital. For patients interested in entering the program, there are 2 ways. You can have your primary care physician refer, or you can enter the Wheeling Hospital website under the lung cancer screening page.
People always ask me, why should I call Mr. Reuter Plumbing? Here's why. Our owner, Bob Bill, learned plumbing from his father, who started plumbing in 1964. His father taught him to do it the right way the first time, and that's what Bob passes on to all of our plumbing technicians today. If you need a plumber, get it done right the first time. Call Mr. Reuter Plumbing. Always available with over 50 trucks on the road and financing available for big and small jobs. Why Mr. Reuter? Because you deserve the best.
Ho, 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 ho. Call Panhandle. Oh, thank goodness.
Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration is ready to handle any size emergency at a moment's notice. From our family to yours, Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Oh, ho, 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 ho.
Thank you, Ohio Valley, for your generosity towards the WTOV9 Coats for Kids campaign, supported by Cedar One Group.
Our goal is to raise $50,000 to the Salvation Army to ensure every kid in our community has a new coat to stay warm this winter.
Temperatures are starting to turn colder and the need for help is significant.
Scan the QR code on the screen now to make a safe and secure donation, or send a check to the address on your screen now through December 3rd.
Donate today to the WTOV9 Coats for Kids, supported by Cedar One Group.
The Bordas Bordas Friday Night Rivals on WTOV9 is sponsored by Bordas Bordas, WVU Medicine, Laborers, Local 809, The Health Plan, WMC, Target Shop, and Interstate Waste Services.
The captains for the Patriots, Brennan Wack, Noah Short, Jamison Maynard, and Jaden Woods-Davis. For the Highlanders of Huntington, it's Keegan Sack, Avante Crawford, Zaw Jackson, Wyatt Atkins. The Highlanders will take the football and move it right to left. The Patriots will defend the end zone to our left, and both teams are getting ready to get on the field. Huntington is. Wheeling Park will emerge here in a moment, and kickoff is just moments away. It is football season, but we've got some basketball coming up. Very excited about our Bordas Bordas high school hoop schedule. It begins on Tuesday at the Edison Unified Sports Complex in Richmond. A doubleheader girls game between the Edison Wildcats and the Steubenville Catholic Central Crusaders is at 4 o'clock. on Fox 9, and that'll then be followed by the boys matchup at 6 p.m. between the Wildcats and the Crusaders. The boys matchup at 6, the girls at 4. It's all on Fox 9. And the weather right now outside is starting to reflect more so of basketball season than football season. Snow flurries are a-flying. The wind chills are below freezing. But you can't help but get excited, especially if you're a player or coach on either side. Quarterfinal action, it's cold. Both teams are dealing with the precipitation and the temperatures, and it's meaningful football. Win or go home, Coach.
It's playoff time. It's another season. Nobody's cooled down on that field. Their concentration is winning the football game. They're not thinking about the weather right now.
All right, like we said, Huntington will take the football and move it from left to right, so we'll see the Highlanders offense first, led by senior quarterback Avante Crawford, 68% through the air so far this season, 2,039 yards, 23 touchdowns to 11 interceptions. He's got 3 rushing touchdowns as well, so very much a dual threat signal caller for Billy Seals and the Highlanders. Wheeling Park's defense this season averaging 22.8 points against per contest. The Huntington offense, high-flying and well-balanced, averaging 46 points per game, 258 yards a contest as well. A.J. Seals will kick it off for the Patriots. Back deep to return are 2 Highlander return men. The ball teed up at the X at the 40-yard line to our left, and we are ready to go. Seals gives it the run-up and the left-legged boot. It's a short kick, and it'll be taken at the 30-yard line to our right by an up man across the 35 to about the 38-yard line. That's Tavian Chandler, and that will be where the Highlander offense will go to work.
There's great kick returners back here, and good choice, the short kick. But, of course, that gives you Huntington with a real good field position.
Football be placed at the 39-yard line. And the Highlanders will go to work. Dressed in white, white pants, white jerseys, green numerals trimmed in gold, and the green lids with the yellow face masks. 3 receivers to the near side of the field, the double slot. One of those guys, Tavion Wilson, the Clemson commit. They're going to go to the ground first and through a hole. There goes the tailback. Keegan Sack, 30, 25-20. First play of the game for the Highlanders is a big one inside the 5-yard line, down to the Wheeling Park 4. That's how you make a statement to start a ball game.
Wow, maybe now we see why they took the football, winning the toss instead of deferring. Inside run, straight at the gut. Great man-on-man blocking, and then he did it on his own after that. If you see the blocking, good blocking up front, he breaks a tackle and then outruns just about everybody to the goal line.
So a 35-yard run for the leading ball carrier on this team, Sack, now with 1,280 yards on the season, 25 rushing touchdowns.
He is committed to West Virginia University already, so they'll be glad to see him in that backfield.
Power pistol in the Panhandle red zone for the Highlanders. They give it to Sack once more, and the ball came out at the end of the play, but signal touchdown. He crossed that plane before the ball came out, and 2 plays into the contest, Huntington strikes first. Explosive play, rushing touchdown. Can't draw up a better start if you're Billy Seals.
Boy, I tell you what, that's the offense that you want out on the field. That's why you take the football, the explosiveness that they have. What a great back.
2 plays, 61 yards, and 15 seconds off the clock, and the extra point attempt by the Highlanders is up, and it is through. 11:41 remaining in the first quarter. It is 7-0 in favor of the visitors. Jordan Price booted it through. Tavion Wilson held it. Grady Franks snapped it, and now Wheeling Park's got to respond.
They sure do. Jordan Price has hit 50 of 52 extra points this year, so he's right on the money. Wheeling Park does have to respond. They have that explosive offense themselves, capable of running the ball, controlling the clock, and very capable of throwing the football also.
And Brennan Wack, the junior tailback for the Patriots, 147 rushing yards away from the all-time single-season rushing yards record at Wheeling Park High School. And you're going to expect him to be a focal point of this offense. Huntington is as well, so it'll be a little bit of a chess match here early on between the Huntington defense, the Wheeling Park offense, to see if they can neutralize Wack a little bit and put the games into the hands of the sophomore quarterback. I would have to imagine that is one of the focal points for Huntington defensively. They're going to give it the run-up and the boot. A high kick that'll hit at the 10-yard line by Price, and taking it out across the 20 to the 25, 30, across the 35. Good patience and good power to take it a couple of extra yards. Jed Hunley, the junior wide receiver. Good kick return for Wheeling Park on Ohio Valley buy here, pay here kickoff.
Right, great kick return. Puts them about the same starting spot that Huntington had on their first drive. Now let's see if they can respond the way Huntington responded.
At their own 37-yard line. We'll see this Wheeling Park offense on First Choice America 1st and 10 come out in the pistol. There goes Brennan Wack coming to the near side again, 147 yards away from the all-time single-season rushing record. And he picks up a good chunk on first down across the 40. No, not quite to the 45-yard line, down to about the 44. And it's a gain of 7.
Outside stretch, he gets to the perimeter. He could have cut it back inside. Good run. Gain of about 6 yards.
Wack again. This time across the 45 to about the 46. Minimal gain. Good job there by the Huntington defense. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and about 1. They do mark the ball at the 46, so it's a long one. And Wheeling Park hit with a 3rd down on its first drive of the game. Park offense patient, letting this clock dwindle here a little bit in this first quarter. There goes Wack again across the first down marker at the 47-yard line. They're going to give him yardage to about the 48.5, 49-yard line. And it's a first down for the Patriots.
Talking to Coach Doc earlier, he wanted to control this game with the running game, keep the ball away from that high-powered offense of Huntington, and he's got the back to do it.
12 yards on 3 carries so far for Brennan Wack, the junior tailback of the Patriots. They redeploy a couple of guys across the line of scrimmage from right to left. Wack gets the call, squeaks through one tackle, and there he goes. Wack at the 40, 35, 30, bouncing it outside to the 25, and stumbles inside the 25-yard line. An explosive play for Brennan Wack in Wheeling Park. Gets the juices flowing a little bit offensively with a big gain there.
Huntington down first play, goes about 60 yards. It doesn't bother Park. They're going to say, our running game, watch what we can do with it.
Gain of 26 yards for Brennan Wack down to the 23-yard line. A First Choice America 1st and 10 for the Patriots. Slot to the wide side right. They redeploy Maynard from right to left. Wack through a hole right side on a First Choice America first down. Gets a couple down to about the 20. Gain of 3. The middle of that defense for Huntington meets him. Keegan Sack on the stop. Another look here at the Ohio Valley replay. Good patience from Wack to see the open hole.
He's got good vision. Gave his blockers time to open the hole for him. They're down in 4-down territory. He's carried the ball on all 4 offensive plays. It might be time for us to see him throw the football.
Max Boren on the stop as well. There goes Wack inside the 20, down close to the 15-yard line on 2nd and 7. Chandler on the stop for the Patriots, or for the Highlanders, rather. Another look at the Ohio Valley Honda replay. There's Chandler.
Ball from the 16-yard line.
Comes up with the stop.
3rd down and 3.
3rd and 3, 4-down territory.
Wack through a hole.
First down.
Into the panhandle red zone. Down close to the 10-yard line on 3rd and 3, needed 3, got about 6, and it has been the Brennan Wack show on this first drive.
Carried the ball every play of this drive.
First down, Wheeling Park.
Pretty soon when you do that, Huntington's got to pull their defense in. That gives you single coverage on your wide outs, and that's what Wheeling Park wants at this point. We'll get single coverage. You come down and try to stop our run game.
7 carries for 47 yards on this drive. 1st and 10 from the 10. And there goes Brennan Wack again. Down to about the 7-yard line, gain of 3.
On the tackle for the Highlanders.
No, gain of 4 to the 7, and it is 2nd and 6. So he was stopped about the 10.5-yard line. So a situation here where Wheeling Park could pick up a first down, but not a touchdown. That lead stick is the 1-yard line. Three-yard gain for Brennan Wack on 1st and 10. They're going to give it to him again. Wack through the 5, Wack down to the 1. And he'll be stopped short. We'll see if they do mark it a first down, though.
It's going to be close. Yeah, Park is bringing their tight end and their wing over, which gives them an unbalance to that side, and they're getting outside leverage on the defense of Huntington, and they're getting an extra blocker, and of course, yeah, the run game has been so solid for Wheeling Park today.
And they signal for a first down, but a timeout on the field. It's an injured Huntington player. That is Keegan Sack, the strong safety. He had the long run of 56 yards on the first drive of the game for Huntington. And he's up to his feet, and he'll walk gingerly to his near side. So it is a first down. It'll be 1st down and goal for the Patriots after both teams emerge from the timeout. It has been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 carries for Brennan Wack. This drive started on their own 37-yard line. So Chris Doherty and this Wheeling Park coaching staff daring Huntington to stop Brennan Wack. They haven't been able to do so far, and this is what you get on the Ohio Valley Honda replay, Coach.
Well, you're getting a lot, that's for sure, every play.
Patient running, and then this was the one that broke for 20-plus yards, through a hole, couple of broken tackles, and keeping his eyes up the whole way down the field, which is a massive part of why he's been so good this season, over 1,900 yards.
If you watch some of the cuts that he is making inside, great vision.
And there he goes into the end zone for a touchdown from a yard out on a first down and goal. And Wheeling Park is an extra point away from tying this contest thanks to the Brennan Wack show. 10 carries on this opening drive. He took it the whole way for a Laborers Local 809 touchdown. Have yourself an opening drive, number 4. A.J. Seals will try the extra point for Wheeling Park. And a flag. Is this going to be a procedure call against the Patriots? Seals picked up the tee, and they're going to back him up 5 yards. Shouldn't be much of an issue for the senior A.J. Seals. He's 45 for 46 so far in extra points this season, 2 for 5 on field goals. And now the point after try will come from the 15-yard line instead of the 10. The lefty Seals lines it up. Hunley will hold. Hodge will snap it. And another penalty marker flies. And it looks like another procedure call against the Patriots. So Seals will pick the tee up and back up 5 more yards. The guilty party for Wheeling Park, Kieran Moses, who's lined up to the left of the long snapper, Hodge. So now the point after try is a 30-yard attempt from A.J. Seals. And they did it again. was one of those ones that Huntington spotted and clamored for before the flag came.
Yeah.
The official was late. It looks like they're pointing to Cameron Dietrich. And that's who it is. Dietrich, the 6'5", 200-pound junior. And this is ridiculous.
Field goal
15
range.
yards. Now it's a 35-yard field goal, essentially, for A.J. Seals. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it is no good. Wide right after a Laborers local 809 touchdown. Let's hope for Wheeling Park's sake that does not come back to bite them later on in this contest. After a 10-play drive, Wheeling Park backed up 15 yards, had to try an extra long extra point. No good. The Patriots trail 7-6.
Wherever you go, no, you're not alone. Just call my name, I'll be your home. Whatever you feel, I wanna feel it too. I'll always be right here with you. Always be right here with you.
10 plays, 64 yards. In about 4 minutes and 34 seconds off the clock as Wheeling Park trails 7-6. And do the math. 10 plays, 64 yards, all for Brennan Wack. So a 10-carry, 64-yard performance for Wack to start this ball game. A short Ohio Valley buy here, pay here kickoff that's recovered by Tavian Chandler. Just shy of the 40-yard line.
Ball's on their own 38-yard line. First down and 10.
So a tale of two first drives, very polar opposite first drives, Coach. Huntington strikes 2 plays into the contest with a 60-yard run and then a 1-yard or 4-yard rushing touchdown. And then Wheeling Park elongates things a little bit. They go 10 plays. They take 4.5 minutes off the clock. So tale of two styles in this one early on. And coming near side again is Keegan Sack, who squeaks through a hole and crosses the 45 to about the 49-yard line. Another good run for Sack on first down. It'll move the chains.
Outside stretch, he cut it back inside. He's trying to get perimeter. He gets everything, and then he sticks his foot in the ground, makes a nice cut right back against the grain. Big yards.
Gain of 11 up to the 49-yard line. Another First Choice America 1st and 10 for the Highlanders of Huntington. 10-1 coming into this contest. Their lone loss in week 2 to the 1 seed Martinsburg. 47-15. Another sack run into Park territory down to the 43-yard line. Gain of 6.
So far, we've had a show of tailbacks. He's carried the ball every play for Huntington, and of course, we've carried the ball 10 plays for Wheeling Park.
Coming from the Huntington 49, not the Park 49, I apologize. So a gain of 8, not 6. 2nd down and 2. 2 backs to the right of Crawford, and now they deploy it into a pistol, and that second back will get the call, Zod Jackson, the second leading rusher on this team. Jackson, the senior, 30 carries for 307 and 5 scores coming into this one. And he'll get minimal yardage down to about the 41-yard line, but is it enough for a first down? No, just short, about a half yard short. So a 3rd down and 1. Jaden Woods-Davis, the middle of that defensive line, coming up for the stop for Wheeling Park. 2 receivers to the right for the Highlanders. Zone read. Crawford will keep, and then he'll pitch. There goes Jackson. 1st down and more inside the 35 and out of bounds far side to the 33-yard line. Shotgun into pistol. option pitch, well executed, and a first down for Huntington.
The quarterback keeps the ball on the perimeter. As you'll see, if he gets pressure from that end, he's going to pitch the ball, nobody out on the pitch man.
Down to the 32-yard line, so needed 1, got 9. First and 10 for the Highlanders, 5:17 remaining in this first quarter. They lead it 7-6. Number 11 deploying to the far side of the field. That's Tavion Wilson, just committed to Clemson last week. Actually, a week ago today. Ball on the floor. Ball on the surface. Does Wheeling Park have it? Colton Burkhart thinks they do. We're awaiting official signal, and it looks like Huntington will hold on to it. That clock will continue to run. Looks like the Highlanders come away with a break there. We'll look at it again on the Ohio Valley Honda replay. It looked like Nolan Yanchak had a very good chance at it. Another Patriot flying in there at the end of the play as well. But
you coach your kids always point your way, and you catch one once in a while.
It's a loss of 2 for the Highlanders, back to the 34, 2nd and 12. Play clock down to 3, and they snap it and pitch it. Jackson coming near side, 35-30 through a hole, first down to the 25. Not quite a first down, 2 yards shy, down to the 22-yard line. And that's a good gain for Huntington on 2nd and 12 to set up 3rd and short. And we have a Patriot down on the play. That's Hunter Means, the defensive end. And he'll get some assistance here from the Wheeling Park and Huntington training staff. Another look at the Ohio Valley Honda replay. A good run from Jackson.
Right.
Gain of 11 down to the 23, so it'll be a 3rd down and 1 after Hunter Means is helped to his feet. Coming up on Saturday. It's tomorrow already. It's funny, you lose track of the days during the holiday season. But it's a big one. It's the game. Michigan and Ohio State. You can watch it live on Fox 9 tomorrow at noon. A special big noon pregame. It starts a couple of hours earlier than that. You can watch it all on Fox 9. And Hunter Means is still down on his back, and the EMTs on site are bringing a stretcher to the field. So looks like Means will need some help getting off the field here. Huntington, a 7-play drive to this point that started at their own 38-yard line. Both teams have committed to the ground game, Coach, and have done a pretty decent job at it. Huntington's just had a little bit more of an explosive plays to this point in the contest.
Absolutely. We've not seen the ball in the air one time. I keep on saying, we're down in 4-down territory. They might throw it now. But with the running backs that these two teams have, I don't blame them for keeping it on the ground.
And while they help Means, they are measuring to see if it is a first down, and I believe what the down marker says is correct. It'll still be a 3rd down and short. And again, the EMT staff on site here at Wheeling Island Stadium bringing a stretcher out to help Hunter Means off the playing surface. It looks like it is a lower left leg injury. Again, not trying to speculate, but it looks like that is where a lot of the attention is being applied to from the training staff and the EMTs again here on site. Both teams, out of respect, of course, Wheeling Park and the visitors Huntington on a knee during this timeout. Something you hate to see. Hunter Means has been a cog up front for this Patriots defense and a big-time player on the offensive line as well. Means at 6'3", 280, the senior is a big body up front, a talented body up front defensively. 27 tackles, 2 tackles for loss in offense. He gets the start game in and game out at right guard. So next man up mentality if you're Chris Doherty's Wheeling Park Patriots, as Means is, again, still being attended to here at the 30-yard line, 2 hour left. We'll take a Trinity timeout.
future looks good. The future looks good to me. The future looks good.
Timeout presented by Trinity Health System. They're still attending to Hunter Means, the defensive lineman for Wheeling Park. Again, looks like a lot of the attention is to the lower part of his left leg. Again, a stretcher out onto the field. Doesn't appear to be anything above the shoulders. But again, the training staff from both Huntington and Wheeling Park, the EMTs from the Wheeling Fire Department who brought the stretcher out into the field, paying a lot of attention to try and stabilize the lower part of Means' left leg. So, again, he's still down onto the field to our left. And this is a big loss for Wheeling Park. I mean, Means has been a big-time player up front for the Patriots. And they do have what is, I believe, known as an air cast on the lower left part of Means' leg. Coming up tonight at 7:30, some Black Friday football on WTOV9, Nebraska and Iowa. A Big Ten showdown as the regular season in the college football world comes to a close. Watch it tonight at 7:30 on WTOV9. This again, the 4-5 matchup in Class 4A in West Virginia. The winner of this game will face off against the winner of Martinsburg and Parkersburg South. That game tonight at 7 o'clock in the Eastern Panhandle. Spring Mills played this afternoon at 1:30 in a close matchup against Morgantown. Spring Mills winning 14-7, so they move on. The 2 seed moves on to the state semis in Class 4A. They'll get the winner of Jefferson and Hurricane. That game tomorrow at 1:30. A couple of other games to tell you about as well, especially of local interest in Class 2A. Wheeling Central on the road against Williamstown in the 4-5 matchup in the AA bracket. And in Class A, Cameron taking on Doddridge County in the 4-5 matchup in Class A. Rob Metzger is in Williamstown for this matchup. We'll have the highlights of all 3 games of local interest across the Mountain State on the WMC Sports Friday. 10:30 on Fox 9 tonight, 11:10 on WTOV9. Looks like they're getting ready to get Means up onto the stretcher. And both teams kind of trying to stay loose down on the sidelines as Hunter Means is still down and being assisted to by both training staffs. Again, Rob Metzger in Williamstown, Wheeling Central and Williamstown. The Maroon Knights struck first in this one. Nico Cusick to Max Oliage to make it 7-0 halfway through the first quarter. And then Williamstown on the ensuing drive scores on a short touchdown run. That game tied at 7 in the first quarter in Class 2A. Cameron and Doddridge kick off tonight at 7 o'clock. And all the red shirts, all of Wheeling Park's sideline coming over to give a fist bump and express their concern for their teammate, Hunter Means, as they've got him up and onto the stretcher. And it looks like Huntington's going to do the same thing. So this is a pretty darn cool display of sportsmanship that you're seeing between these two teams as they come over and give their well wishes to Hunter. This is pretty cool stuff.
Right.
And again, you hope Hunter Means is going to end up okay and healthy out of all of this, but you can't help but feel absolutely horrible that, the way that this is going, it's probably not going to be able to come back into the game. He has got the leg cast on his lower leg, and as he gives a thumbs up to the crowd, you can tell he's visibly upset because this is it for him. This is how the high school football career ends. So,
this is it.
Hunter, hang in there. We're pulling for you. But again, nothing above the shoulders. He's alert and giving fist bumps and is his head up. So it's obviously a lower leg injury that's being the reason why he's coming off the field. So he is coming off, and we will be good to go. And again, thoughts and prayers with Hunter, his family, as they kind of find out what's going on there. Alrighty, to recap, this is the second drive of the game for Huntington. Wheeling Park, one drive, 10 plays, 64 yards, 4.5 minutes off the clock. They score from a Brennan Wack 1-yard rushing touchdown, but missed the extra point. Huntington scored in 2 plays. They lead at 7-6. It's 3rd and 1. And a first down carry for Keegan Sack from the 23 down to about the 17-yard line on 3rd and 1. It's now 1st down and 10 as Maynard comes up on the stop. Another look at it here on the Ohio Valley Honda replay. An important play for both teams, Coach. You come out of an elongated break, and you want to obviously assert some things there, and Huntington's able to pick up a sizable gain.
Right. Inside zone, they pulled the backside guard to lead up through.
Ball at the 17-yard line, gain of 6. Zaw Jackson is going to break one tackle, and he can't avoid another. Good job there by Wheeling Park and Isaac Sands, the free safety. The outside linebacker there was pretty darn close at bringing him down. Colton Burkhardt, but Sands able to clean up, and it's only a 1-yard gain down to the 16.
That's probably the shortest gain that they've had this entire game.
Check that, not Burkhardt, the other outside backer, Noah Short, the senior. Leads this team with 4 sacks and 8 tackles for loss as well. Another power pistol look on 2nd and 9 from the Panhandle red zone. Handoff to Sack inside the 10, down near the 6-yard line. And that'll be enough for a first down. It'll set up a 1st and goal with 3:11 left in the first quarter.
But nice big wide hole, turn in, turn out with the blockers up front, and he had a back leading him through and put the ball down about the 6-yard line. You see 12 leading up, good blocking inside.
Brought down on the play by Cash Campbell and Trey Coker, inside backer. First down and goal from the 6 as the clock winds inside. 3 minutes left here in quarter number 1. Tavion Wilson, the wide receiver, to the left side of the formation. They're going to hand it off to number 8, Zaw Jackson, who stretches across the goal line, and he's in. Touchdown, Huntington. And the Highlanders get this thing back to a 13-6 lead with an extra point pending after the Laborers Local 809 touchdown.
Park played this real well on defense. It was just too much speed to get to the perimeter to run him down. He knew where the goal line was, stretched out right at the pylon.
6-yard rushing touchdown for Zaw Jackson. And the extra point forthcoming for the Highlanders. It is up, and it is good. Jordan Price booting it through. Huntington 14, Wheeling Park 6 after the Laborers Local 809 touchdown from Zaw Jackson. Ten plays, 62 yards, in 4 minutes and 13 seconds. So an opportunity here for Wheeling Park to try and combat it.
Jordan Price set the kickoff for Huntington.
And Price will kick it off from the right hash far side. And Ohio Valley buy here, pay here kickoff for the Highlanders. They're going to kick it near side. It's going to be taken by an up man who bobbled it and then fell on it. Good job there by Wade Barber to just fall on the football, and it'll give Wheeling Park.
Both teams have been very cautious on their kickoffs, just popping it over the front line, not giving either team the opportunity for that big return.
Football be placed at the 34-yard line.
First down play. Wheeling Park.
It was a lot of Brennan Wack on drive number 1. He touched the ball on every offensive play that Wheeling Park had. We'll see if we get more of them here. As Maynard goes in motion, Wack will take the handoff. Left side, breaks one tackle. There he goes, 40, 45, 50. Brennan Wack into the open field. 30, 20. Brennan Wack, one play, touchdown. A Laborers Local 809 touchdown on a First Choice America first down. Brennan Wack goes 60-plus yards.
Yeah, just when it looked like they had him corralled, he found another gear someplace and just separated 65 yards roughly for a Wheeling Park touchdown.
We got to do the math here. 66 plus 64 is 126, so he's 19 yards away from the all-time single-season rushing record, and it's put him over 2,000 for the season in 12 games. That is darn good work from the junior. Well, 3 procedure calls set Wheeling Park back on its first extra point. Everybody stays put. A.J. Seals able to boot it up and through, and Wheeling Park responds in a very, very dominant way, and it's what you want to see if you're Wheeling Park, right? Huntington goes on a little bit of a longer drive. You lose one of your key offensive linemen who's down for a long period of time, and Hunter Means on the field being helped up after an injury. What does Wheeling Park do when they get the opportunity? Score right away. So it should lift up the spirits a little bit from those guys on the sideline.
Yeah, they've been about a mirror of each other. Huntington on the first series, 2 plays there in the end zone. Wheeling Park has a long drive, then Huntington has a long drive, and then Wheeling Park in 1 play puts it in the end zone. So we've seen some excitement on the ground today. If you like their running game, this is a game to watch.
Brennan Wack, 64 yards on 10 carries on the first drive, 66 on
130
in the second drive. It is 130. What did I can't do math.
I was going to help your math after a while.
So 11 for 130 so far for Brennan Wack. He's 18 yards away, or 17 yards away from breaking the all-time single-season rushing record at Wheeling Park. Short kick from Seals. Huntington's got to fall on it at the end of the play, but did Wheeling Park fall on it?
No, they're signaling down.
Yep.
He was down.
The one official came in after the play and signaled that the up man who took the football was down, and they're going to talk about this.
Yes, they are, and he's still down, the up man who fielded the ball.
And it looks like he is shaken up on the play as well. That is number 15, Elias King.
Sophomore running back, about 5'11", 200 pounds.
I mean, he doesn't really have possession of the football, Coach, at all. His knee was down, and then Wheeling Park's able to fall on it.
We get a second look, but
the officials do not get that second look. But
right.
if they were able to, I think that would tell them that would be Wheeling Park football. So
you're
Huntington
absolutely right.
Comes away with a break there, and they'll start 1st and 10 at their own 45. 2:20 left in the first quarter.
Oh.
And they go to the air. And they try for Tubbs, incomplete.
Pass is incomplete.
See the throw again. Just, overthrew him way too high. The defender or the receiver, neither had a chance to football.
So it'll bring up 2nd down and 10 from the 45. Coach, was that the first pass play attempted
That's
by either
the
team?
first pass play of the game.
And they go back to the ground, and they go back to it with Keegan's sack, but the Wheeling Park defense all over it as a flag flies at the end of the play. Nolan Yanchak, along with Cameron Bryan, the defensive tackle, in there on the stop. And we'll wait and see what the flag was at the end of the play. Was it maybe unnecessary roughness of sorts? The lead official is signaling holding. We'll wait and see if that is the call. It is on the Highlanders. Check it out on the Ohio Valley Honda replay. Is it I would have to guess it's probably on
77.
Jeremiah Lyles, the sophomore offensive lineman.
2nd down and 20.
Lyles getting action at right guard. So it brings up 2nd down and 20 back at the 35-yard line. They go back to the air with Crawford. They air it out deep down the far side. Pass is caught. What a catch by Tavian Chandler. Cash Campbell was with him step for step. But Chandler, with 19 receptions for 353 yards this season, makes one heck of a contested play, and that's a 1st down for Huntington.
Well thrown football. He threw it only where his receiver could catch it.
Another look at it. Again, Campbell puts his hands up, but, put it only where Chandler could get to it. And is this being talked about? No, is there a penalty marker on the field? So it looks like Chandler, after the game, must have said something to somebody that someone didn't like.
Right.
It is a 1st down for Huntington, but it'll be backed up 15 yards from where he made the catch from, which was about the 32-yard line in Wheeling Park territory. So they'll back it up to the 46. Still a First Choice America 1st down for Huntington. Split backs in the gun. They send a man in motion to the near side, and they'll run it with Sack. He tries to get an extra effort forward across the 45, but a good job by a bunch of bodies there up front for Wheeling Park. Woods, Davis, Yanchak.
In this drive, this Wheeling Park defense has done a nice job with the inside run game. 4 or 5 tacklers.
Caden Fortney in there on the stop as well. It looks like he's come in for the injured Hunter Means in that 3-down front for Wheeling Park. Fortney on the season, 8 tackles coming in. He lines up end to the near side. Bryan to the far side. Woods Davis in the middle, which is where the run goes. And Woods Davis all over it, along with a couple of other guys. Trey Coker, Xander Ackley, Jaden Woods Davis. 53 tackles, 5 tackles for loss, and 2 sacks coming into
They're getting excited defensively. They're doing a great job inside. Looks like Huntington's going to have to start going to the perimeter again because that inside run that they had early in the game isn't working like it was before.
Third down 5 from the 41. Pass near side, caught, but immediately met by Owen Dobrinsky-Hines. Short of the line to gain. A big-time hit on the receiver, Keegan Sack, near side. And Dobrinsky-Hines comes up big, his 14th tackle of the season. It'll bring up the first fourth down of the game for either team as well.
That's right.
Only a gain of 2 down to the 39-yard line, so the Highlanders will punt. Owen Dobrinsky-Hines with a big-time play. We'll look at it again on the Ohio Valley Honda replay. Closed on the tackler right away. And that will do it for this first quarter of play. A little bit of a longer one, but a big-time defensive play for Wheeling Park that gets that far sideline fired up as we head to the second quarter. Patriots trail it by 1.
The Ohio Valley's hottest event venue invites you to come as a corporation and leave as a team. With rooms to accommodate parties large and small, catering provided by the Goat House, 8 axe throwing lanes, 12 bowling lanes, multiple meeting rooms, over 150 arcade games, 2 bars with the Ohio Valley's finest patio, 9 holes of mini golf. We put the team back in teamwork. Call Jesse at 740-346-3156 to unleash the fun with your team.
The Center of Music and Art is your one-stop shop for all things creative. We provide instruction so you can obtain total command of your instrument with confidence. So whether if you're a beginner or a pro, we feature the top brands and the best boutique brands in the business. And to keep your gear in tip-top shape, our band, orchestra, pro audio, and all things string repair department is ready to service your instrument issues. So come on down and let's make a deal. The Center of Music and Art.
All righty, here we go. 4th down and 6 to start this second quarter.
Could possibly see our first punt of the game.
And you say possibly because...
Who knows in this game? They could run the football from there.
Well, Price, who also kicks, will punt, and he'll boot it away. Far side, signaling for the fair catch is Wheeling Park at its own 14-yard line. And running up and making the fair catch is Owen Dobrinsky-Hines. And Wheeling Park, a little bit of a long field challenge. They got to go for their own 14-yard line, but they trail it by 1, 6 seconds into this second quarter. Let's take a moment to get a word from our sponsors.
The Bordas and Bordas Friday Night Rivals on WTOV9 is sponsored by Mr. Rooter, the Center of Music and Art, Trinity Health Systems, D. Felice Brothers Pizza, Local Union 495 Plumbers and Pipe Fitters, and McAdoo Towing and Crane Service.
Thanks to all those fine folks for keeping the ships and trains running on time. And for the first time today, Huntington really able to neutralize Brennan Wack, who's 17 yards away from the all-time single-season rushing record at Wheeling Park. Now 18, Coach. He lost a yard on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 11.
He sure did. Wheeling Park went unbalanced left, and he started there but cut back to his right, and Huntington was there to respond.
Look at it on the team automotive replay. Bryce Winkfield, the middle of that defense, along with Ilias King. It looked like Braxton Mount, defensive end, in there on it as well. Snap. Bordas will throw for the first time today over the middle, incomplete. Looking for Cash Campbell. With him, step for step, was Ilias King.
You know,
and that'll bring up 3rd down and 11.
What's happening with both teams' defenses, they have to bring the defense down inside to stop that running game, and they're getting one-on-one coverage on their wide outs, and you know, both teams have tried to take advantage of that.
3rd down, 11 for Wheeling Park. Wack behind Bordas in the pistol. They'll try it with Wack. There he goes. 20, 25. and out of bounds after a gain of close to that first down marker, and they're going to signal first down. So Brennan Wack now 7 yards away from that single season record. And over 2,000 for the season for the junior. First short, or rather, Mr. Reuter first down. Wack. That pretty much immediately. Good job there by Max Boren, the defensive end near side, as well as Bryce Wingfield coming up over the top.
Outside zone, Huntington responded, got him to line of scrimmage, no gain.
Second down and 10. Ball to the 25-yard line.
Patriots look to get that play in from the far sideline. Caden Fortney in at right guard for the injured Hunter Means. Out of the pistol. Wack. No, play action fake. Bordas is going to air it deep down the field. The pass is incomplete. Incomplete and no penalty marker on the play. A good job there defensively for the Highlanders by Avante Crawford, defending on Owen Dobrinsky-Hines. Brings up 3rd and 10. Another look at it on the Team Automotive replay. Good job of selling the play fake. Bordas, a good throw. It's just a better defensive effort there by Crawford over the top.
It was. You know, they've been so successful running the football that all eyes went to the back. I thought they did a great job with the play action.
Wheeling Park with a 3rd and 11 earlier in the drive. Wack just got barely enough for the first down on 3rd and 11. So now it's 3rd and 10 from their own 25-yard line. They will operate out of the pistol once more. Another play action. Bordas trying for his first completion of the day. He has it, but it's a few yards short of the line to gain across the 30 to the 31 to Colin Wiley. He'll bring up a 4th down and manageable, but it looks like Wheeling Park will punt. Another look at it on the Team Automotive replay. Bordas coming near side. On target, defending was the safety Zaw Jackson, but only a gain of 6, 4th down and 4.
Jackson, the lone deep back for Huntington.
Uh-oh, a fake! A fake punt. Owen Dobrinsky-Hines down the near sideline, stays in bounds. Across midfield, across the 40. There's that fake punt, Coach.
There you go. Had a gut feeling with the wind blowing so hard in their face. 2 yards and it might be a fake.
On 4th and 4, Owen Dobrinsky-Hines keeps it on the direct snap, comes near side, and a gain down to the 36-yard line for Wheeling Park. 33 yards. Wack. From the 36 with 9:50 and winding on the First Choice America first down in the second quarter. It's backed up a yard. Back to the 37, 2nd and 11.
Definitely 4-down territory, so the only thing you want to do right now is move the sticks. You don't need it all at one time.
$14 to 13, 9:15 left in the second quarter. Wack needs 8 yards for the single season record. Going to be close there. He might have just enough for it, Coach. Down to the 29-yard line.
It's close.
No, they're going to mark it at the 30. He's a yard short.
1 yard short.
Okay. Down to 4.
Gain of 7 for Wack, so he's tied the record. And he'll likely get it here in a moment. On the Team Automotive replay, it sets up 3rd down and 4. Dobrinsky-Hines, slot wide side left, Wiley wide to the left. A couple of guys in motion. 1 more yard, 3 feet for Brennan Wack in the all-time single-season rushing record. He has it and a hell of a lot more. Breaking a tackle. Brennan Wack Touchdown, Patriots! The single-season all-time rushing leader for Wheeling Park. A Laborers Local 809 touchdown to put the Patriots up by 5.
You know, he got it in great fashion. It wasn't a 1-2 yard gain. He took it 30-some yards, put the ball in the end zone. Made a nice cutback.
Seals will try the point after as Wheeling Park looks to go up 20-14. Snap, kick, hold, it all works. Wheeling Park 20, Huntington 14 after the 30-yard Laborers Local 809 touchdown for Brennan Wack. We'll be back in a moment.
I'm Jamie Bordas. Trust is important in any relationship. This is especially true when hiring a law firm. I want our clients to trust us. I want them to trust that we're being honest with them, to trust that we're going to fight for them, and that we're going to get a great result. At the end of the case, I want to be able to look them in the eye, shake their hand, and know that justice was done.
Bordas and Bordas, proud partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Ten plays, 85 yards in 3 minutes and 21 seconds off the clock. Brennan Wack, 30 yards, now the all-time single-season rushing record holder for Wheeling Park after that 30-yard touchdown. Needed one to break the record and got 29 more and scored.
He broke Boogie Johnson's record, who went on, had a great career at Oklahoma State.
20-14 after the extra point from A.J. Seals. Ohio Valley pay here kickoff, bobbled for a moment by the Highlanders, but they recover it at their own 35-yard line. It was set up, Coach, by a well-executed fake punt. Owen Dobrinsky-Hines, we'll look at it one more time on the team automotive replay. Kept it 30-plus yards deep into Huntington territory, did a good job of staying in bounds, and here's the 30-yard touchdown for Brennan Wack to put him up 20-14.
Good vision he has. He can make that cut.
Pass over the middle, caught, and there goes number 6 for Huntington into the open field. Jamari Tubbs on a Mr. Reuter first down. And a flag at the end of the play.
Looks like a late hit out of bounds, what they're going to call.
We'll wait and see who the guilty party is on a Mr. Reuter first down. Throw over the middle from Crawford to Tubbs. Tubbs, the leading receiver for Huntington so far this season, 34 receptions for 540 and 6 touchdowns coming in. And you were right, Coach. Tack on 15 more and an opportunity here for Huntington to answer the touchdown and then answer its first deficit so far today.
It's one of those, you're close to the sidelines, and I don't think anything really intentional. We're just not quite sure where we were.
Field awareness, yeah. Both Coker and Burkhardt combining on the stop. Could have been either one of them. Down to the 18 now after the gain and the personal foul penalty. Sack down to the 10. And now deep into the Panhandle cleaning and restoration red zone are the Highlanders of Huntington. Gain of 8 down to the 10, 2nd and 2.
Second down and 2. Ball to the 10-yard line.
This time it's Zaw Jackson fighting his way down near the goal line. And he'll be stopped about a half a yard shy of that pylon and goal line. Another hard run here for Huntington. To look at it on the team automotive replay.
Good run. It's just hard to bring down.
First down.
First down.
First down goal from the 1. The snow flurries are flying in Wheeling. Snap, handoff. Bouncing it outside is sack, but a good job by the Wheeling Park defense near the end of the play. Touchdown, Huntington, a Laborers Local 809 touchdown for Keegan Sack. They did a good job of closing on him near the end. It was just he was so close to the goal line, he was able to fall in for 6. Another look at it here on the replay.
Met him in the backfield, did a nice job, wrap up, and he just fell forward, that's all.
So Huntington answers to tie the game up at 20, and an extra point try here would give the Highlanders the lead once again. Snap from Franks, hold from Wilson. And it all works, and Huntington back on top, 21-20, an electrifying first quarter and a half of play so far, Coach.
I'd say, two teams running the football. You're thinking 14-10, 10-7. We got a 21-20 football game.
4 plays, 66 yards in a minute 30. Keegan Sack ties it with a 1-yard rushing touchdown. Extra point gives the Highlanders the 21-20 advantage. Set up by a good gain by Jamari Tubbs, and then an extra curricular penalty at the end of the play gave Huntington 15 on top. Sets up a couple of Keegan Sack runs, a run from Zaw Jackson, and then, of course, Sack's touchdown once again. Wheeling Island Hotel, Casino Racetrack across the street. That's where our high school football award show will be on Thursday, December 19th, honoring the best of the Ohio Valley High School football gridiron. I have to imagine that Brennan Wack and Jamison Maynard of Wheeling Park will be a part of it in some capacity. A.J. Seals, as the ball flies off the tee. It is windy down there. A.J. Seals, the kicker for Wheeling Park, now 46 of 48 on extra points so far this year.
It's windy up here also.
It is. We got snow flying all over the place. Something fell.
Something.
It is, the wind is blowing, and that American flag is blowing back into the faces of Huntington trying to kick off. And what is it? It's 2, and then you got to get somebody to hold it for you, right?
Right.
Coming in and holding for the Highlanders is number 19. Price gives it the boot, far side. Wheeling Park will let it bounce and then fall on it before it goes out of bounds. One of those ones, it's better to be safe than sorry.
Absolutely.
I think it might have trickled out of bounds, but you didn't want to risk it.
You can't take that chance. The cluster of people over there. I think they're just talking about what they're going to do offensively.
The football will be spotted at the 28-yard line with 6:56 remaining till halftime.
Now for Wheeling Park, they want to use up a bunch of the clock and get the ball in the end zone because they do get the football in the second half.
And a good thing for them, they've got the school's all-time single-season rusher behind the quarterback, Jay Bordas. And they will try with Brennan Wack. He gets to about the 31, 32-yard line for a gain of 2 or 3. Mason Ramsey on the stop for Huntington. Jeremiah Lyles in there as well at the bottom of that pile. They give him 3, second down and 7 up to the 32-yard line of Wheeling Park.
Mason Ramsey, a big kid, about 6'3", 285, only a junior. He's got offers from Toledo and Marshall University.
Campbell and Maynard redeployed far side of the line to the near side. And Wack will run it that way. To about the 35-yard line. Gain of 3 more, so it sets up a 3rd down and manageable. But Huntington on this drive so far has done a pretty good job at containing what Wheeling Park is trying to do.
On the play for the Highlanders.
Braxton Mount, defensive end on the stop. And it looks like Kieran Moses is limping a tad as well. So that's another offensive lineman for Wheeling Park shaken up on the play.
We have an injury timeout.
There were a lot of whistles. Was the clock still winding? Is that why the officials were? I think that was. They're going to probably put more time back on the clock.
Please place the clock. 5:48.
5:48 back on the clock, so 7 seconds added. And they're going to help senior left guard Kieran Moses to the far sideline. A little bit of a limp, it looks like, on that right leg, so Wheeling Park subs another offensive lineman into the game. Caden Fortney in at right guard. And in at left guard now for the Patriots is number 68, Ruben Rouse, 5'11", 265 junior. We'll get to the goat cam in a moment. Play action fake over the head of Jamison Maynard. Cash Campbell in the area of the football as well. It'll bring up 4th down and 4. Kudos to the Wheeling Park students sticking it out in the cold. Saw them on the Seven Ranges goat cam a moment ago.
Now from just about the same spot, we thought they were going to punt earlier, and they it was a fake punt.
It worked out for Wheeling Park in that moment. We'll have to see if they elect to do it again. And they will, but because that's Brennan Wack who takes the direct snap, and Wheeling Park's got a 1st down and more. Brennan Wack across midfield, down near the 40-yard line.
There you go.
Jamison Maynard has done the punting duties for Wheeling Park primarily on the back half of the regular season. Wack lines up in that spot, takes it, and he goes. Good burst of speed by the junior. And we'll see if this results in 6 like the last fake punt did. Gain of 21. Into Huntington territory at the 41-yard line. Bordas to Wack again. To the 37-yard line for a gain of about 4.
Wyatt King on the tackle for Huntington.
Like I said, the 37, the 38 for a gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
They'll call it a gain of 4.
Oh no, back to the 37, 2nd and 6. Gotta go with your gut, Jack. Slot to the wide side of the field is Owen Dobrinsky-Hines. Cash Campbell, the receiver, far side. Colin Wiley, receiver, near side. Tight end is Nolan Yanchak. Tailback is Brennan Wack, who takes the carry up the middle, trying to fight his way for extra yardage, and gets down to the 35 for a gain of a couple, and that'll bring up another 4th down and short.
You know, Wheeling Park has used up play clock time almost every play. They're managing it just the way they wanted it to. You know, keep the ball away from Huntington, but generate offense while they're doing it.
Now it's 3rd down. Another look at it on the team automotive replay. Yep, 3rd and 4 as Wack just took it right up the middle for a gain of a couple. A couple of Highlanders in on the stop, Ramsey and Mount. Wack again, this time off the right side of the line and through a hole, and there he goes down to the 25-yard line. Needed 4, got close to 10. And Wack's got to be nearing the 200-yard mark here in this first half. As that clock winds inside 4 minutes. Gain of 10 down to the 25. Bryce Wingfield on the stop for the Highlanders. Going to replays this quarter presented by Team Automotive. Quarterfinal round of the Toyota WV SSAC playoffs. Wack off the right side, 20. 15, directing traffic, 10, sidesteps a man and leaps down to the 5-yard line as Brennan Wack picks up 20 more and sets up Wheeling Park deep into Huntington territory, the Panhandle red zone.
The durability
is nuts.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, he looks fresh on every play, and he's carried the ball almost every play.
Especially in this weather, too.
Oh.
The hits hurt more. First down and goal at the 5-yard line. We got some whistles, and it looks like Huntington. No, officials timeout.
Timeout.
A Mr. Reuter first down. A run of 20 yards for Brennan Wack. His second of 20-plus on this drive. The fake punt, he picked up 21. Will he punch it in again from the 5? Wack down to the goal line, but a good job defensively there by the quarterback on offense, Avante Crawford.
Looks like he's about a half yard out.
So we'll give him 4.5 to the 1. You're right, Coach. He looks fresh on
every
each
play.
run.
Right. And when he comes back, he doesn't hang over, lean on his thighs. I always used to call that the loser's lean. He's up straight. He's breathing. Kid's in great shape.
Kieran Moses back in at left guard for the Patriots. Second down and goal. Wack is going to be corralled. Good job by that Huntington defense. Setting the edge for the Highlanders is Max Boren. And then a couple of other guys come in and help clean it up. It'll bring up a third down and goal for Wheeling Park. Another look at it here, Coach. Again, Boren sets
Good
the
defense.
edge.
Right. We have 4 or 5 tacklers there.
Loss of 1 back to the 2. Third down goal.
Wheeling Park uses as much time as possible, to leave something on, very little on the clock.
Somebody calls a timeout, I
Somebody
believe.
called the timeout.
The timeout was called by Wheeling Park. Oh, Huntington.
Huntington. They're trying to keep some time in case Wheeling Park scores.
There's that fake punt by Brennan Wack. And more Brennan Wack.
And more.
And more of Brennan Wack. And again, we've talked about the endurance, the durability, and the burst of speed. Doing a good job there of putting Nolan Yanchak out in front, blocking. And that run down to the 1. Lost 1, which will set up the third and goal back at the 2-yard line. Third down goal. Wack, is he in?
Touchdown.
Yes,
Yep.
touchdown Wheeling Park. Brennan Wack again in for Wheeling Park. A Laborers Local 809 touchdown from 2 yards out. And the Patriots back up 5, 26-21.
You can see they shifted over again, went unbalanced with the wing. This time Wack stayed behind his big guys and just drove it in the end zone.
11-play drive for Wheeling Park with 1:41 remaining here in this second quarter. A.J. Seals, it's up, and it is through the uprights, 27-21. Wheeling Park up by 6. Eleven plays, 73 yards in 5 minutes and 15 seconds.
If you're Wheeling Park, you want to come out, make a stop. You know you're getting the ball the second half. Come out and generate some offense. What you don't want is some big kick return and put them in good field position.
Andrew Seals set the kickoff. Andrew Priest. Victorious Jackson, the beat pass for Huntington.
And Ohio Valley buy here, pay here kickoff. 1:41 left in this second quarter. Seals, pooch kick to the 30. Up to the 40 and across that 40-yard line go the Highlanders to about the 44. And a return there by Tavian Chandler for Huntington.
Walter Garrison in on the play.
So a chance here for Wheeling Park to really have a lot of momentum on their side going into the locker room, because if you get a stop, you keep a 6-point lead going into the locker room, then you get the ball to start the second half. Sack up near midfield, hit first. Trey Coker came in to wrap it up. Colton Burkhardt in on the stop as well.
Nolan Yanchak on the tackle for Wheeling Park.
Gain up to the 49-yard line. Bring up second and 5.
Yeah, they've used their second timeout. It gives them one left. Minute and 24.
Timeout on the field, a Trinity Health System timeout. 1:24 remaining in this first half. Snow flurries were flying, and for the moment they have subsided. Winner of this game plays the winner of Parkersburg South and Martinsburg. Wheeling Park opened up the season with a win at Parkersburg South, 35-14. And Huntington fell to Martinsburg, 47-15. They didn't beat Parkersburg. Parkersburg South. They beat Parkersburg back on November the 1st, 37-12. Into the air they go. Crawford pass caught. Another contested catch by the Highlanders, this time by Jamari Tubbs.
Oh my goodness.
And you got to give Wheeling Park a lot of credit there, but even more so to Tubbs, who just made the play, and a great throw from Avante Crawford.
You know, you're thinking of players this time, not plays. Let's throw it up, see if our guy's better than their guy, and he was on that play.
Gain of 39 yards into the Panhandle red zone. Crawford will throw it again. Pumps, looks across the middle, surveys, throws, pass tipped. And a good job there defensively by Jed Hunley. For a moment, I thought it might have been intercepted, but the ball looked like bounced off of somebody's maybe shoulder pad or helmet into the air. Tubbs had a beat on it, but Hunley was able to knock it away as well. Another look at it on the Team Automotive replay. Good job by Crawford to evade the pressure. It was tipped initially by Nolan Yanchak. Second down and 10 from the 11-yard line. They'll throw it again. Crawford with poise into the back of the end zone, too high above everything. It'll bring up a third down and 10 with 57 seconds remaining in the first half.
Ball's incomplete. Third down.
We'll see if the Highlanders stick to the passing game on 3rd and 10 from the 11. They'll go to the ground, who's hit hard first by Keegan Sack. Nolan Yanchak hit Sack, and that'll bring up a 4th down for Huntington. Yanchak hit him first. Cameron Bryan came in to help wrap it up. 4th down with 40 seconds remaining in the second quarter. If you're Huntington here, do you...
I think they're going to kick the field goal. They're showing no urgency at all. To let the clock run down, then they're going to call timeout, send their field goal team out on the field.
Gain of 4, 4th down and 7 to the 7. One timeout remaining for Huntington. And they call it with 10 seconds. So is this a situation where they try to go for it, run a play for a touchdown, and then if they don't get it, enough time comes off the clock where Wheeling Park doesn't really have much of anything to put together?
I think they're going to try to make it a 3-point football game. If they kick the field goal, it's 27-24. 10 seconds doesn't give you a whole lot of time because, once they set that clock, the sticks, the clock's going to start again. They have no timeouts left. But let's see what they do.
It looks like you're right because Price is coming out, the place kicker for Huntington. I just thought if they were going to commit to the field goal, wait to call the timeout so you can just
But they did. They ran the play clock all the way down.
Oh, okay.
There was 1 second on the play clock, and when they called timeout.
That makes sense. That's why we pay you the big bucks, Coach. We keep you to keep an eye on the play clock.
There you go.
All right, 10 seconds. 4th down and 7 from the 7. Wilson will hold. Franks will snap. A 25-yard try for Jordan Price. It's up, and it is dead smack through the middle of the uprights, and it'll be a 4-point game, or a 3-point game going into halftime unless Wheeling Park's able to do something here with 7 seconds remaining.
With these pooch kicks, Wheeling Park is probably going to have time for, with the better field position for a shot at the end zone, throw up that Hail Mary.
A 6-play, 49-yard drive.
What a beautiful catch in that drive.
It was.
See it right here.
Yep, it starts here on the Team Automotive replay.
What a
Jamari
great
Tubbs.
catch.
6 plays, 49 yards, and 1 minute and 28 seconds off the clock. Price's 25-yard field goal is up and true. 27-24, the likely score going into the locker room at halftime, but we'll see what Wheeling Park is able to do here with 7 seconds. You have to imagine, Coach, that Huntington will probably try and squib this. Limit any big return opportunities for Wheeling Park. Price will place the ball, and the ball is placed near side hash. And it'll be a high kick and fair caught by Wheeling Park at their own 36-yard line. Wade Barber signaling for the fair catch. 1 second comes off the clock, so 6 seconds, and a chance here for Jay Bordas to give it the old heave-ho. Unless they just decide to kneel the clock out.
They might.
And it looks like that's what they're going to do.
Sure does. Makes sense to me.
And the ultimate spoiler alert are the Wheeling Park coaches coming out of their booth before the play is snapped, which tells you they were going to kneel on it, and we are headed to the locker room at halftime. It didn't start out great for Wheeling Park, but they're able to establish that running game, take a 3-point lead into the locker room at halftime, and we'll bring you the halftime show coming up here after the timeout. Wheeling Park 27, Huntington 24 in the Toyota WVSSAC quarterfinals.
Soft drinks are just $1 at Wendy's. Any size, anytime. 3 p.m. Dollar Fanta. 10 p.m. Sprite. 7:46 a.m. Coke. You're so free. Dollar soft drinks, any size, gotta be Wendy's.
Wherever you go, no, you're not alone. Just call my name, I'll be your home. Whatever you feel, I wanna feel it too. I'll always be right here with you. Always be right here with you.
People always ask me, why should I call Mr. Reuter Plumbing? Here's why. Our owner, Bob Bill, learned plumbing from his father, who started plumbing in 1964. His father taught him to do it the right way the first time, and that's what Bob passes on to all of our plumbing technicians today. If you need a plumber, get it done right the first time. Call Mr. Reuter Plumbing. Always available with over 50 trucks on the road and financing available for big and small jobs. Why, Mr. Rooter? Because you deserve the best.
Ho, 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 ho. Call Panhandle. Oh, thank goodness.
Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration is ready to handle any size emergency at a moment's notice. From our family to yours, Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Oh, ho, 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 ho.
I'm David Sipley.
I'm Brian Largent.
Interstate Waste Services is proud to sponsor this year's WTOV9 Impact Player of the Week.
Wishing all area teams and school communities a safe and successful season.
The Valley's Elite.
Alrighty, welcome back inside the broadcast booth, Wheeling Island Stadium. Quarterfinal action in Class 4A. Huntington trailing Wheeling Park 27-24. A monstrous first half of football for junior running back Brennan Wack, coach. 247 rushing yards in the first half alone. Not only did he break the single-season rushing record in school history, he breaks the single half rushing mark at Wheeling Park High School, both set by Boogie Johnson. A tremendous first half of football for number 4. And you put yourself in company like Boogie Johnson, that's pretty good company to be in.
That sure is. You know, we all know that Boogie went on to Oklahoma State and had a terrific career. But what amazes me about this young man is his durability. Just play after play. Yeah, he doesn't look tired. He looks fresh on every play.
Yeah, that's the one thing we've talked about time and time again. So he needed 147 to get to the single-season record, and he tossed another 100 yards on it in the first half for good measure. And he's responsible for all the Wheeling Park touchdowns and responsible for the 27-24 lead here at Wheeling Island Stadium. Winner likely gets Martinsburg. They take on Parkersburg South in the 1-8 matchup. That game going on tonight, I should say. And the winner of this game will face off against Martinsburg or Parkersburg South as the Wendy's halftime report here continues from the broadcast booth, Wheeling Island Stadium. Getting you set for some high school hoops coming up in a couple of weeks as well. An exciting Bordas and Bordas high school hoop schedule on tap this season. Let's go through some games in the month of December before we shift things to 2025. It starts on December the 3rd. A doubleheader between Edison and Steubenville Catholic Central, the boys and the girls. Girls tip at 4, boys tip at 6. December 11th, a girls matchup between the Wheeling Park Patriots, the defending West Virginia Class 4A champs, and John Marshall. And then on December 13th, the Sam Andy Classic. 3 games at downtown Wheeling, West Banco Arena. It starts at 4 o'clock with a matchup that I think is going to be very, very interesting. The Martins Ferry girls and the Wheeling Park girls. Again, Wheeling Park and Ryan Young, the defending West Virginia Class 4A champs, but Martins Ferry with an opening night win over Cambridge. Then they beat Steubenville, so they're off to a good start this year. A boys matchup at 6 o'clock. Wheeling Central and Monroe Central, 2 teams with high aspirations again this year. And then the nightcap, the Wheeling Park boys and the Brook boys. That on December the 13th. Games at 4, 6, and 8 at West Banco Arena. And then we do a little Buckeye 8 clash on December the 20th at 6 o'clock. Harrison Central and Cambridge, the Bobcats and the Huskies in Cadiz. That's the December schedule for Bordas and Bordas High School Hoops. Basketball season is here. Coach, before we know it, the ball will drop and we'll flip things over to 2025 as well. And but before all that, we've got a football game on our hands here, and we were talking about what potentially Huntington was going to discuss in the locker room at halftime, and that's defending on special teams. Wheeling Park, 2 successful fake punts, and it's crucial for Wheeling Park's success.
It's been the difference in this football game. They kept 2 drives going on both of those drives. They scored touchdowns, so I'm sure when they go in, they're going to say, come on, guys, let's think about this. Let's protect the edge. Just look at the punter, because you assign people to that, and they just weren't there.
Yeah, the first fake punt was a big-time gainer for Owen Dobrinsky-Hines, who was able to keep the feet in bounds and really gain yardage for Wheeling Park. As I flip through my notes here, that gets a lot harder when it's cold, too.
Right. He was the up back when they direct snapped to him.
Yeah, that was near the beginning of the first quarter, a 33-yard gain for Owen Dobrinsky-Hines. It set up the 30-yard Brennan Wack rushing touchdown. That broke the single-season record for number 4. And then Wack does it again himself on 4th and 4, near the same spot of the field, gains 21, and then later scores a 2-yard touchdown to make it 27-21. So you don't succeed on both of those. There's a completely different story going into the locker room at halftime for these teams. As we step aside here on the Wheeling Island Stadium in the Wendy's halftime report, 27-24 at the half. Wheeling Park leads it by 3. We'll be back in a moment.
Adventure takes you here, but much of it starts right here in West Virginia, where Toyota has lived alongside hardworking West Virginians for over 25 years, investing over $2 billion in the Buffalo manufacturing plant and bringing in over 2,000 jobs. And that helps fuel the local economy. Thanks for making Toyota the #1 selling brand in West Virginia. See your dealer and start your adventure today. Toyota, let's go places.
Thank you, Ohio Valley, for your generosity towards the WTOV9 Coats for Kids campaign, supported by Cedar One Group.
Our goal is to raise $50,000 to the Salvation Army to ensure every kid in our community has a new coat to stay warm this winter.
Temperatures are starting to turn colder and the need for help is significant.
Scan the QR code on the screen now to make a safe and secure donation, or send a check to the address on your screen now through December 3rd.
Donate today to the WTOV9 Coats for Kids, supported by Cedar One Group.
Enjoy a new view of News 9 everywhere you go. Dinner with friends gets better with cooking up a storm. Seeking an adventure? There's always something to explore with the Wheeling Feeling. No matter if you're curious about breaking news or getting jacked up about the start of high school sports, reward your curiosity. News 9 is everywhere you are, on every device. Experience more, know more with News 9 and the content you crave. On demand. News 9 Sunrise.
Helps get you morning ready. Ready to tackle the day.
Ready to get the kids off to school. Let's take a look at the bus stop forecast.
Ready for anything.
More money has been awarded to start a community coalition.
No matter if you're waking up in Wheeling.
There is still no update on the conditions of the 2 injured individuals.
Or in St. Clairsville. Belmont College locally is involved with a new program they're rolling out.
News 9 Sunrise is everywhere in the Ohio Valley.
On every device.
Every morning.
Helping to get you morning ready.
All right, welcome back into the broadcast booth. Halftime here at Wheeling Island Stadium. It's Wheeling Park 27, Huntington 24. Brennan Wack, 247 rushing yards at the break. It's the single most in a first half in Wheeling Park history. He also set the record for the most rushing yards in a single season by anybody at Wheeling Park. He's the story of the game so far, but the story right now, our DeFelice Brothers Pizza Scholar Athlete of the Week. It's the guy, one of the guys, paving the way for all those Brennan Wack rushing yards. Luke Miller is our DeFelice Brothers Pizza Scholar Athlete of the Week. Had a chance to talk to him. He's heading to Coach Tony Filberto's alma mater to continue his track and field career. Those details on Luke right now, our DeFelice Brothers Pizza Scholar Athlete. Wheeling Park senior lineman Luke Miller has a 4.5 GPA to this point in his senior year, and taking advantage of all the time he's got possible is a big reason why he's been so successful in the classroom.
It is a struggle. I mean, football takes a lot of time, but I mean, the best point is to utilize my entire day of school. I mean, I don't have that much time when I get home, so if I have a free period, I got to do my homework. I got to get it done so when I get home, I can get my dinner and I can get my rest.
His head football coach notes how much better the team is on and off the field with Luke just being a part of the squad.
You know, if he's there and physically there, you're getting everything he's got. He's an emotional guy. He cares a lot. And so it's just happy to have him around. He makes us better with his attitude and the type of person he is.
After high school, Luke will attend West Liberty University to continue his academic and track and field career. While pursuing a career in zoology and biology, his love for animals goes back as long as he can remember.
I own 3 different exotic reptiles, so I'm very big in working with different types of animals. I mean, I've been in love with animals since I can remember. Started with my brother was into animals when he was young too, so I kind of took after that. And then ever since I've got older, I have worked from kindergarten where when I wanted to grow up, I wanted to be a zookeeper. So it's always been a dream of mine.
Before he trades in that Wheeling Park blue and red for West Lib black and yellow, Luke wants to make sure his grade point average stays where it is when he puts on that cap and gown.
I like to keep in that higher range. I feel like it helps me balance my school and my athletics when I keep high. I don't want to let myself drop too low. And then goals for shot, I want to try to hit that 50 feet mark this year and then just keep consistent with everything.
Wheeling Park senior Luke Miller, the DeFelice Brothers Pizza Scholar Athlete of the Week. Reporting for News 9, I'm Jack Hillgrove. I am Jack Hillgrove, and one of the things as a journalist that you always do, you always self-reflect on the good and the bad, and you always look back and say, man, I should have asked a follow-up question. The follow-up question I wish I would have asked to Luke was, what exotic reptiles? I don't know why, but I didn't ask. And that's an interesting career choice. We wish Luke nothing but the best. 4.5 GPA at Wheeling Park High School. Not only is Luke a stellar student, but Jamison Maynard was a scholar athlete that we featured earlier in the year. And his GPA is even higher than Luke's, I think around 4.7. So some very impressive kids on the Wheeling Park sideline. And that makes, when you can get to this stage in the season, all that much better.
Well, when you got kids that do accomplish those kind of things in the classroom, you can accomplish things on the football field because they grasp what you're trying to teach. You can be maybe a little more complex with some of them, not all of them, but you know who to go to in that situation.
Luke, our DeFelice Brothers Pizza Scholar Athlete of the Week. The halftime report presented by Wendy's rolls along here in a couple of minutes. We'll take one more break. When we come back, more on that first half and more on Brennan Wack's stellar first 24 minutes of football. Wheeling Park 27, Huntington 24 in the Toyota WV SSAC playoffs, the Class 4A quarterfinals. We'll be back in a moment on the Wendy's halftime report.
Adventure takes you here, but much of it starts right here in West Virginia, where Toyota has lived alongside hardworking West Virginians for over 25 years, investing over $2 billion in the Buffalo manufacturing plant and bringing in over 2,000 jobs. And that helps fuel the local economy. Thanks for making Toyota the #1 selling brand in West Virginia. See your dealer and start your adventure today. Toyota, let's go places.
Thank you, Ohio Valley, for your generosity towards the WTOV9 Coats for Kids campaign, supported by Cedar One Group.
Our goal is to raise $50,000 to the Salvation Army to ensure every kid in our community has a new coat to stay warm this winter.
Temperatures are starting to turn colder and the need for help is significant.
Scan the QR code on the screen now to make a safe and secure donation, or send a check to the address on your screen now through December 3rd.
Donate today to the WTOV9 Coats for Kids, supported by Cedar One Group.
WTOV9's Jack Hillgrove is jacked up about sports.
That's the first question I have for you. How much fun has this run been for you?
Jacked up about the black and gold.
A convincing enough win for the Steelers.
High school sports.
1937 was when Bel Air started playing games at Nelson Field.
Everything sports up and down the Ohio Valley.
It's insider knowledge on Ohio, West Virginia, and Pittsburgh sports.
Jacked Up with Jack Hillgrove, a new podcast series on the WTOV9 YouTube channel. News 9's Jeff Exline is more than the Ohio Valley's weather expert. He's also passionate about cooking.
We're cooking up a storm.
Now you can see a different side of Jeff cooking up a storm on the WTOV9 YouTube channel, a new WTOV9 video podcast series taking you into Jeff's kitchen for easy and delicious dishes, special guests, fun, and entertainment. WTOV9 is cooking up a storm on the WTOV9 YouTube channel, sponsored by West Virginia Northern Community College Culinary Arts Program.
Welcome back into the broadcast booth here at Wheeling Island Stadium. It's 27-24 in favor of the home squad. Wheeling Park up a field goal at the half. Brennan Wack, 247 rushing yards at the first half break. 4 rushing touchdowns. He's been the story of this game and also coached Wheeling Park's ability to fake a couple of punts, put them in a good position to score a couple of touchdowns. And really, if those fake punt attempts are unsuccessful, we're talking about a completely different halftime situation here for both of these teams.
With the success that they have, you can tell that these coaches have worked on this in practice time. Perfection. That's what it looked like when they come out of those fake punts. That's something that just doesn't happen. You have to work on it.
Again, this is our look at our first half highlights. The story of the game has been the ground game. I mean, obviously we talked about Brennan Wack being able to put, 240-plus yards on the board in the first half, but Huntington's done a tremendous job at running the ball as well with a couple of different guys.
Right. If you like the running game, this is the game you should be watching. We're seeing people throwing the ball more and more and more, and you have to throw it, but you have to be able to run it. And these two teams have run the ball with great success tonight.
Brennan Wack for Wheeling Park, and then Keegan Sack and Zaw Jackson combining for a pretty darn good first half on the ground for Huntington. But they've also connected, Coach, on a couple of longer contested catches, both Tubbs and Chandler coming up big in the passing game as well.
Great throws, great catches at very crucial times that keep drives going.
Brennan Wack again on the move here as we take a look at more of the first half highlights. Another rushing touchdown for him. We were talking about Huntington, and there's one of those plays here. Avante Crawford, the senior quarterback for the Highlanders, 136 for 201 this season, coming into the game with 2,000-plus passing yards, 23 touchdowns, 211 interceptions. It's a Huntington offense that stayed very balanced throughout the season as well, averaging around 130 rushing yards and 134 passing yards a game, and that defense has been stout all season long for them as well, averaging just 17.9 points against per game in that regard. Wheeling Park so far this year averaging around 340 yards of offense per game, 187 on the ground, 152 through the air. Their offense, 30 points a game. Their defense allowing 22.8 points against per contest. We knew these teams were both evenly matched. We knew coming into this game that on paper, 4 versus 5 in West Virginia's biggest classification was going to bring a competitive and tight-knit ball game to the fold. And, we were proven right so far. It's a 3-point game at halftime.
Yeah, absolutely. Two good football teams doing what they do, and that's run the football, play great defense. Both teams have thrown the ball. Huntington's had a little more success with the deep ball, but both teams have been very capable. Great football night.
Now we'll take a look here at some Friday Night Rivals highlights from across the country, the year-end recap from all of the Friday Night Rivals games across the U.S.
The best Thursday Night Lights and Friday Night Rivals highlights from across the country.
Now he steps up, wants to go for it all up the right side and pulled down at the 20. Inside the 20 again is Katori Marion.
Guy, he's a power lifter guy. A lot of their offense, and one block kick deserves another, right? Still loose. Alamo Heights has it, but still not out of bounds. We can get a couple of points here. Another pitch, and they've got room. Miracle on the Mississippi. You got to be kidding. It's Max Bacon. Third time.
Compton trying to find a way, and he's going to run out of defenders. He still has the football. Throw it into the end zone. They call it a catch.
Curtis doesn't like what he sees, takes for himself. Now towards the left sideline, still on his feet, still up. Deep tech, closing.
Overton, pressure from Helton, sidesteps it. Now just going to heave it up, look into the far corner, tipped up in the air, caught by J.J. Bush. Touchdown, Bobcats, and Theodore wins it at the buzzer.
Second and goal. Baker lobs. It's caught. Gilchrist touchdown. Game on the line and a dynamic connection. Gilchrist and Baker.
Into the end zone. It's a flip and it's caught. What a great catch from Shane Bauer. The 6th.
This young man coming out to the field right now is Jackson Maynard. He is suffering from Duchenne's syndrome. His family has established the Little Hercules Foundation, which is something that helps the young man and raises awareness for what he is battling all across the country. And there he has the football, and Jackson Maynard is heading towards the end zone tonight. And a very special touchdown. A lot of points will be scored during the season in games, but none bigger than that one right there. Touchdown, Jackson Maynard.
Soft drinks are just a buck at Wendy's. Any size, any time. 3 p.m. Dollar Fanta. 10 p.m. Sprite. 7:46 a.m. Coke. You're so free. Dollar soft drinks, any size, gotta be Wendy's.
The Ohio Valley's hottest event venue invites you to come as a corporation and leave as a team. With rooms to accommodate parties large and small, catering provided by the Goat House, 8 axe throwing lanes, 12 bowling lanes, multiple meeting rooms, over 150 arcade games, 2 bars with the Ohio Valley's finest patio, 9 holes of mini golf. We put the team back in teamwork. Call Jesse at 740-346-3156 to unleash the fun with your team.
'Twas the night of the festival. All through the park, the instruments tuned, each note set to spark. The bows were rosin, the choir voices clear, for Wheeling Park High's greatest show of the year.
Please join us at the J.B. Chambers Performing Arts Center December 13th through the 15th. We welcome an audience of all ages for our annual Festival of Sound. All Ohio County School students are free with ID. Adult tickets may be purchased with the QR code below. Ohio County Schools wishes you and your family a wonderful holiday season.
People always ask me, why should I call Mr. Reuter Plumbing? Here's why. Our owner, Bob Bill, learned plumbing from his father, who started plumbing in 1964. His father taught him to do it the right way the first time, and that's what Bob passes on to all of our plumbing technicians today. If you need a plumber, get it done right the first time. Call Mr. Reuter Plumbing. Always available with over 50 trucks on the road and financing available for big and small jobs. Why, Mr. Reuter? Because you deserve the best.
I'm David Sipley.
I'm Brian Largent.
Interstate Waste Services is proud to sponsor this year's WTOV9 Impact Player of the Week.
Wishing all area teams and school communities a safe and successful season.
The Valley's Elite.
Rights to this WVSSAC championship event have been granted to WTOV by the West Virginia Secondary School Activities Commission and is intended solely for the enjoyment of our viewing audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this production without the express written permission of WVSSAC is prohibited. The Bordas Bordas Friday Night Rivals on WTOV9 is sponsored by Bordas Bordas, WVU Medicine, Laborers, Local 809, The Health Plan, WMC, Target Shop, and Interstate Waste Services.
Alrighty, welcome back inside the broadcast booth. It is cold, it is dark, and it's playoff football. Live on WTOV9's digital platforms. West Virginia Class 4A quarterfinal action. The Toyota WVSSAC football playoffs are here. Delayed a week, of course, with all of that hubbubaloo going on with injunctions and across the state and local courts. They get it finally figured out, and we're ready to roll here into round number 2 as round 2 kind of progresses across the Mountain State. Wheeling Park 27, Huntington 24. Wheeling Park able to hold Huntington to a field goal at the end of the half. So a 3-point lead, plus getting the ball to start this third quarter. Coach, an opportunity for Wheeling Park to take a 2-possession lead early in the second half.
Right, they get the ball now. If they can score, it gives them a little bit of separation, a little bit of breathing room.
Mike Snyder for Wheeling Park. No return.
No return on the kick for Wheeling Park. And we'll see where this offense, as this offense goes to work here. On a first choice America first down, 20 on the 29-yard line. Third quarter. Wheeling Park up by 3. as we get this thing going. Brennan Wack, again, he set the single season rushing record of all time here at Wheeling Park High School. Also set the record for the most rushing yards in a half. And on that play, he picks up 7 up to the 36-yard line.
Yeah, you see the repeat. He comes out, and he's making those great cuts. It's just so natural for him.
Replays presented by Ohio Valley Honda. Picks up 7 on that first down and 10 play. So it's 2nd down and 3 now at the 36-yard line. Bordas in the pistol. Slot to the wide side right. They're going to run it that way with Wack, who is going to have to change direction. Spun out of a tackle. Good job there at the 40. And again, Wack trying to stay on his feet, but Huntington bringing him to the ground that time at the 45-yard line. It looked like Wack was dead to rights in the backfield for a loss, but he spun out of this tackle. Max Boren tried to bring him down, but Wack said, no, sir. And at the end of the play, a good job there for Huntington to be able to come up with the stop there. Number 51, Matt Grillo, coming up with the tackle. Gain of 9. First Choice America, 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Shotgun look now for the Patriots. They'll throw the screen to Owen Dobrinsky-Hines, who cuts up the middle of the field, past midfield and into Huntington territory at the 45-yard line. That got a big pop from the far sideline, the Wheeling Park sideline, as a flag comes out at the end of the play back here at midfield. Max Boren on the stop for Huntington.
It was a fast screen. He brought it inside, got a good kick-out block. They might call a blindside block there. I'm not sure.
Cameron Bryan, the right tackle, with a big-time block that freed up Dobrinsky-Hines towards the middle of the field. The football was placed at the 45-yard line.
They called a blindside block on a kick-out block. I don't like the call. I understand.
Chris Doherty does not either.
Yeah, I know we're trying to put some safety into the game, but, he's coming. They're coming in the same, right at each other. I'm not sure I like that call.
Yeah, Chris Doherty is giving the official an earful on that far sideline. A personal foul will bring it back to the 45-yard line of Wheeling Park. Actually, the 44. It is a 1st down and 10 for Wheeling Park, but instead of being into Huntington territory, they got to back things up to. They're moving the football even more.
They don't stop pretty soon. It might be at the other end of the island.
Back at the 31 is where they're placing the football. So that's a 20 to 25-yard swing. And it'll make it 1st down and 25 after the personal foul. So the lead stick is the Huntington 45-yard line. Hand off to Wack, who cuts up the middle of the field and tries to get positive yardage. Does for a gain of about 4 up to the 35-yard line. Bring up 2nd down and 21. Wack, his 3rd carry of this second half, at a gain of 7 and a gain of 9 earlier in the drive before the personal foul penalty.
2nd down and 21.
Huntington rushes 3. They've got a man. Bordas to Dobrinsky-Hines on a dead run. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Wheeling Park.
What a great throw, great catch.
A Laborers Local 809 touchdown. Owen Dobrinsky-Hines from Jay Bordas. Bordas' 17th passing touchdown of the season. Dobrinsky-Hines' 4th receiving touchdown. Was able to give it a catch and a run of 65 yards to the house. Wheeling Park up 2 scores.
That's what we talked about. Come on, second half, you get the football, you get that score, you give yourself a little breathing room.
A.J. Seals will try the point after attempt to make this a 34-24 ball game. Snap, hold, kick, and it all works. The hold from Hundley, the snap from Nate Hodge, and Wheeling Park is out to a 33-24 lead. The kick, no good. Wheeling Park up by 9. We'll be back in a moment.
The Center of Music and Art is your one-stop shop for all things creative. We provide instruction so you can obtain total command of your instrument with confidence. So whether if you're a beginner or a pro, we feature the top brands and the best boutique brands in the business. And to keep your gear in tip-top shape, our band, orchestra, pro audio, and all things string repair department is ready to service your instrument issues. So come on down and let's make a deal. The Center of Music and Art.
5 plays, 71 yards, 2:05 off the third quarter clock as Wheeling Park puts an exclamation point on its first drive of the second half. Jay Bordas to Owen Dobrinsky-Hines, 65-yard catch and run from number 2 to number 10. Extra point no good from Seals, but it's a 9-point advantage for Wheeling Park to start this second half, Coach.
Second and long, and they ran play action and did a great job selling the run.
Squib kick up the middle, recovered by Huntington at the 44-yard line. The up man doing the recovering there is C.J. Quinn, number 21. And Huntington with ideal field position for its first drive of the second half.
Right.
Ball is on the 44-yard line. First down and 10.
Let's see how Huntington responds to the quick strike of Wheeling Park.
Again, the Highlanders have done a tremendous job with contested catches deep down the field. 2 receivers to the far side of the line. They're going to throw it across the middle. The Clemson commits got it. That's Tavion Wilson into the open field, and there he goes. 30, 25, 20. The future Tiger is out of bounds inside the 20, down to the 13-yard line of Wheeling Park. We haven't said his name nearly enough at all tonight, Coach, and the first time he gets an opportunity in the passing game, he takes advantage.
He's long. You got that great stride. You saw him and he's strong. He pushes it away and got really good speed.
Brought down at the end of the play by Cash Campbell and then forced out of bounds by Isaac Sands from the 44-yard line of Huntington to the 13-yard line of Wheeling Park. In the Panhandle red zone go the Highlanders. Handoff, Keegan Sack through a hole, shake and bake at the 5, spins, and he's in. That's how you respond.
Wow.
That is indeed how you respond if you're the Huntington Highlanders. A Laborers Local 809 touchdown. Really reflective of their first drive of the game. They took 3 plays to score.
Right.
They take
Look
2
at that.
plays here.
What an offensive showing on a cold night like this. You don't expect that kind of explosiveness, and they're just going up and down the field.
Jordan Price for the point after.
So now make it a 2-point game if he makes this.
Kick is up.
And he does. Price's extra point is up and through. A 43-yard catch and run for Tavion Wilson. Emphasis on the run as he was able to make a couple of Patriots miss. And
he's big and strong.
A 2-play, 56-yard drive and definitely less than a minute off the clock, 15-some seconds.
These 2 teams have responded to adversity, and adversity again. You give one a big play, the other takes a big play. You have one has a drive, the other has a big drive. So what an exciting night of football we've had.
Yeah, we are in store for a photo finish here at Wheeling Island Stadium. If you were anticipating a lot of points being scored, you were correct. And Ohio Valley buy here, pay here kickoff back to the Patriots here in a moment. That was one of the things that Chris Doherty told me earlier in the week was, well, this is an offense, talking about Huntington, that can score a lot of points. And, it's not necessarily one of those offenses that you're going to be able to keep off the board entirely, but just keep in check. And Wheeling Park has done a good job of that so far. But a play like that, a drive like that, bang, bang, 2 plays, a pretty darn good display of athleticism from both Wilson and Sack, might swing the momentum a little bit back on the Huntington side. And some commotion here after the play. The kickoff fielded by Wheeling Park and fouled on pretty much instantaneously was Preston Hetherington. And Huntington was wanting some sort of call, and they didn't get it.
They thought somebody blocked late after the ball would have been, the whistle would have been blown.
Okay. So Wheeling Park takes over, 9:36 left in this third quarter at their own 36-yard line. A first choice, first down and 10 out of the pistol. Whack, far side. Driven backwards, and the ball came out at the end of the play. No whistle. Huntington's got it. Huntington's going to score. No whistle. Ball pops out at the end of the play. Recovering it is Antonio Pascal, and he takes it to the house for a Laborers Local 809 touchdown. Touchdown Highlanders. They lead it 37-33. Holy cow.
Well, we've scored a lot of different ways in this football game. I thought the play almost to the point where it was stopped or the whistle was blown. Let's see what's happened here.
Pascal was down at the end of this play. Again, no whistle,
and
then
the ball came out early.
Pascal was down twice.
Yep.
He was down at the end of the play, got blocked pretty much out of the play.
Right.
When everybody converged on Whack, he was down again and was able to recover the football and take it for a touchdown the other way. That is the definition of not quitting on a play by number 12. And it looks like the Highlanders will try for a 2-point conversion after a Laborers Local 809 touchdown. And a penalty marker flies before the ball is snapped. 37-33 after the fumble recovery, scoop, and score by the Highlanders.
Not sure what the call is.
I think that's what our officiating crew is trying to sort out. A little bit of confusion on that sideline. And they're
no
going to wave the flag. So the 2-point try again coming after the Laborers Local 809 touchdown by the Huntington Highlanders. Scoop and score for Antonio Pascal. Crawford to the air, incomplete. Good job there by Jed Hunley on the intended receiver for Huntington, number 44, Braxton Mounts. Incomplete. Huntington with a 37-33 lead now in this third quarter. 9:23 remaining in this third. It's been action-packed, Coach, as we take a look at what's gone on so far. Jay Bordas finding Owen Dobrinsky-Hines on the first drive of the third quarter. This puts Wheeling Park up by 9. Extra point no good, but Huntington strikes back and strikes very quickly. This is a 43-yard catch and run from Avante Crawford to number 11, Tavion Wilson, and then Keegan Sack caps off the drive. Touchdown. Brennan Whack and Wheeling Park get the ball back. Ball pops out at the end of this play, and watch number 12, Antonio Pascal, pick it up and take it the other way. A scoop and score for Huntington, and all of a sudden, the lead back on the Highlanders' side, 37-33. Action-packed, to say the least.
Well, now how's Wheeling Park going to respond to this now? What are we going to see from them?
That is the million-dollar question. There have been a lot of million-dollar questions in this second half of play, I should say. And Price will try the squib kick, and it's immediately fallen on by the Patriots, specifically number 46, Briar Works.
Yeah, both teams have started with great field position because of the squib kicks. Maybe you got to take a shot at kicking deep and hoping you can tackle the kick returner.
First Choice America, first down and 10 for Wheeling Park at their own 48-yard line. 9:22 left in this first quarter. Is Wack from the 48 to the 50, gets a couple, but Huntington and specifically number 6, Jamari Tubbs, come up with a big stop.
Nice tackle.
And it limits Wack to a gain of 2.
That's the first time we've seen a one-on-one tackle bring Wack down.
Second down and 7. Almost 49-yard line.
They do give Wack the positive yardage to the opposite side of the field, so a gain of 3 to the Huntington 49, 2nd and 7. Wack again, this time inside the 45, down to about the 41-yard line, right at that lead stick. I think he might have enough for it.
They're moving the sticks.
And they are. Yep, needed 8, got 8.5.
First down, Wheeling Park.
So the sticks move, the clock winds, 8:26. And you can kind of tell, Coach, that they're wanting to slow the pace of this game down. And you can do that with a guy like Brennan Wack.
Every play, they're using the entire play clock before the ball is being snapped.
Wack gets a breather. Nate Hodge, number 11, takes this handoff. He's got 42 carries for 139 yards this season.
You know, we've talked about Wack a lot, but that offensive line of Wheeling Park has done an outstanding job, pushing, blocking, making some holes for him to run. Those kids up front have done a terrific job.
So Wack gets a breather momentarily. Number 4 back onto the field. Gain of 4 for Hodge down to the 40, or the 38. 2nd down and 6 forthcoming. Going to throw it, play action. Bordas on the run, pass high and batted away. Intended for Colin Wiley, defending Tavion Chandler. 3rd down and 6.
The little play action bootleg, a 2-level flood. You got a deep receiver and a shallow receiver, and he threw the deeper receiver.
Had time.
Plenty of time.
Ball 38.
$7:25 remaining in this third quarter. 3rd and 6 for the Patriots. Bordas will throw it again under a little bit of duress back near midfield. Has to get rid of it. He does. Into the direction of Nolan Yanchak. Incomplete. Zod Jackson was in the vicinity to recovering it, but give credit to that Huntington defensive front, able to break through and cause some pressure and cause a 4th down.
It looks like they're leaving their offense on the field.
One more look at it on the Ohio Valley Honda replay.
Got some pressure, got good pass rush out of Huntington.
Boren and Pascal, the guy that took the punt back or the fumble back return for a touchdown, and Boren, we've said his name time and time again. Pascal, a 6'1", 185 sophomore. Boren, 6'4", 225 junior. All right, so Wheeling Park's going to go for it. 4th and 6 at the 38-yard line of Huntington. Bordas steps up, pass. Almost intercepted, batted first. Pascal dove at it, but nonetheless, it's a turnover on downs for Wheeling Park. Huntington's got the football, but a penalty marker down at the end of the play. Excessive celebration, maybe. The officiating crew will talk about it. It did come at the end of the play. So is this going to be against Huntington, potentially, for celebrating with a bunch of guys on the field? No. Illegal touching against the Patriots. Does that mean somebody went out of bounds? And
it must have and came back in because it was on 35, so it wasn't a lineman.
Well, nonetheless, Billy Seals declines the penalty. And with 7:10 left in this third quarter, they take over first and 10 at their own 38-yard line. And there goes number 1, Keegan Sack.
Wow.
Any coincidence that both whack and sack rhyme, and they've kind of been the story of this game?
They sure have.
From the 38 to the 45 now in Wheeling Park territory. Gain of 17. First Choice America, first and 10 for the Highlanders, up 37 to 33. Wilson slot to the wide side left. Play action. They're going to throw the screen to him. There he goes. Number 11 to the bouncing it to the outside 40. 35-30. Tavy on Wilson. Stepped out of bounds, but still a big-time gain for number 11. Word there with the official, like, come on, man, I don't think I stepped out of bounds, maybe. Right. But nonetheless, a good play there for Wilson, number 11. He's going to be taking his talents to Clemson, the junior at 6'3", 210. Committed to Dabo Swinney and the Clemson Tigers a week ago today. Another look at it on the Ohio Valley.
Just a fast screen and got a good block on the perimeter, and he does the rest himself.
Let's see where he steps out. They mark it at the 34. Right, yep, right there. So gain of 11, first and 10. Sack. Down to the 30. Gain of about 4.
Davis,
actually, more like 5 to the 29.
Yep.
Halfway through this third quarter. And there's a lot of ball to play and a lot of points have scored, but you can't help but think that this might be one of the more crucial possessions of the game, both for Wheeling Park defensively, Huntington offensively. 3 receivers to the near side of the field. They're going to hand it off to Sack. Great job by Wheeling Park up front. First man to him, Trey Coker, the 5'11", 190-pound senior inside linebacker. Nolan Yanchak converging on the tackle as well. A couple of other guys involved on the stop, but number 6, the first guy to him, flying through there and hitting him. Loss on the play, 3rd down 7, back to the 31.
We haven't seen many negative plays in this football game.
No, we have not.
Both teams have been so productive offensively.
70 points in this ball game reflect that. 3rd down 7, 5:09 and ticking. Huntington up by 4. Crawford, pass caught. And on the move goes Tubbs inside the 10. Down to about the Wheeling Park 8-yard line. Jamari Tubbs into the Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration red zone.
Nice throw.
Gain of 22 yards. Inside the 10, first down goal from the 9 for Huntington. Play clock at 10. Power pistol look for the Highlanders. Crawford takes the snap from center Titus Pratt, and there goes number 8, Zod Jackson, down to the 1-yard line, reflective of a drive in the first half when Jackson took him onto the doorstep.
Yeah, that inside zone they're running and man-on-man block, and these backs are doing an outstanding job.
Jackson, 5 rushing touchdowns, 307 rushing yards coming in on the season in this game. But Keegan Sack is their workhorse. 1,300 yards on the ground this season, 25 rushing touchdowns coming in, and he adds another. Ball came out at the end of the play, but the official near side signals touchdown. He crossed the plane before the ball came free. So that's a Huntington touchdown, a Laborers Local 8:09 score to put the Highlanders up by 10, 43-33.
Now this extra point is crucial It makes it an 11-point football game. That means Wheeling Park would have to score, go for 2, and kick a field goal.
Jordan Price will try and boot it through. Has a field goal in this game in addition to all the extra points. Snap, hold, kick, it all works. So now a 3-possession contest. Or still a 2-possession contest, 44-33. But if you want to still tie the ball game, Wheeling Park would probably have to convert a 2-point conversion in there as well.
But there's probably going to be a lot of scoring before we get to that 2-point conversion time.
7 plays, 62 yards in 3 minutes and 4 seconds off the clock. Keegan Sack, Jamari Tubbs, Tavion Wilson, and Avante Crawford doing a good job of getting the ball out and ball out quickly. Large reason why this drive reflected and resulted in 6 points.
Two offenses have scored 77 points in 2.5 quarters.
An Ohio Valley buy here, pay here kickoff. Those folks over there are cold. And they're sticking it out for their Ohio County faithful. Huntington coming off of a 7-play, 62-yard drive in 3:04. Wheeling Park has to answer here, and they'll get an opportunity to do so with some good field position as this kickoff goes out of bounds.
Kicking fraction. Get your kicking feet. Your 5-yard penalty. First down.
Football will be placed at the 40-yard line.
Actually, the ball is being placed where it went out of bounds. They could take it at the 35 re-kick or where it went out.
First down and 10.
So at the 41.
Ball's on the 41-yard line.
4:12 remaining in this third quarter. Direct snap to Wack. Little wildcat action for the Patriots, and Wack will take it up near midfield for a gain of about 9 yards. Yard shy of that lead stick.
Braxton Mount on the way for Huntington.
Man blocking, wildcat quarterback power.
Ball's on the 50.
And they come back out into this wildcat.
Right. Unbalanced again.
But this time, Huntington all over it. Antonio.
He's going to be short.
Pascal. Stand up, made the tackle, as well as Landon Miller. Look at this Ohio Valley Honda replay. No, Landon Miller, number 10, the first one to him. Pascal in the vicinity at the end, but Miller, the 5'11", 190-pound senior linebacker, able to shed his block and stall up the play for no gain. 3rd down and 1 at midfield. Another look here. Whistle and a flag from the official near side. This is going to go against Huntington. They line up in the neutral zone. So Pascal a little too antsy on that play. And we have a look here.
Oh, yeah, he lined up.
Yeah, pretty much parallel with the ball.
Yeah.
Good look there from our production crew. Not bearing the elements tonight. 1st down and 10 at the 45-yard line. Whack goes down to about the 40.
We've been in a wildcat 4 plays in a row now.
Yeah, no, and Jay Bordas is on the sideline.
Right. I wonder if it's just by design or...
Yeah. He doesn't look like he's being tended to by anybody in the training staff.
So they're sending the extra blockers into the backfield, and they're just going to grind this thing out. And
bunch of guys in motion.
Yeah,
One of them was the right tackle, Cameron Bryan, who came over to the left side of the line, and it looked like they sent too many guys in motion at once. And is this going to result in maybe a legal formation?
Right.
No.
Yep.
No penalty. Wheeling Park calls timeout.
Timeout.
The Huntington fans in attendance, not a fan of that call, as more snow flies at Wheeling Island Stadium. We'll take a Trinity timeout.
The future looks good. The future looks good to me. The future looks good.
It's come in waves, hasn't it?
Well,
We had a
has.
wave in the first half, and then nothing, and now it's flying around out there like crazy. It's going to happen at some point. It was going to happen at some point because it's, November 29th. And now the wind's blowing it here into the broadcast booth. 2:05 left third quarter. Wheeling Park football down 11. They're going to stick with the Wildcat on 2nd and 5 from the 40 and send a bunch of dudes in motion again. They're going to run it that way. Whack outside. There he goes, 35. Brennan Whack, 30. 25-20. Brennan Whack, 5. Stays on his feet. Touchdown, Wheeling Park.
Oh, my goodness.
40 yards for Brennan Whack, a Laborers Local 809 touchdown to put Wheeling Park back into the touchdown column. He's been outstanding. Has been absolutely outstanding on the ground so far. And you know, Coach, when we talked about his endurance and his ability to look fresh on every play, when he was sprinting to the far side of the field, it was like it was the first run of the game for him.
Sure was. Yeah, I'm so impressed the way he stays up. He doesn't hang down, lean on his thighs, and act like he's tired.
The 6', 190-pound junior
They're
is
going for 2.
making a name for himself in this one. And I have to imagine that since it's the same formation here on the 2-point conversion attempt, that he'll be featured, and he will be, but a good job by that Huntington defense to keep him out of the end zone. First man to him, number 43, Max Borhen. Landon Miller flying in at the end of that play as well. 2-point conversion, no good. Wheeling Park down by 5, 44-39. Five-play, 59-yard drive in 2 minutes and 17 seconds. Seals will kick it off on an Ohio Valley buy here, pay here try. And he'll tee it up on the X at the 40. Jackson and Tubbs back to return for the Highlanders. And it's going to be taken by an up man near midfield. Miller involved on that tackle on the 2-point conversion attempts and had a tackle for loss earlier in that drive for Wheeling Park. Recovers the sort of onside kick, we'll call it, near midfield, and it gives Huntington a good starting spot here.
The Highlanders, they'll take over.
Their own 49-yard line. There goes Keegan Sack.
Noah Short. And on the play for Wheeling Park.
Down to the 41. So a gain of 10. Pickups a first down. This snow is blowing as hard as it's been all night, and it's blowing into our broadcast booth a little bit.
Sure is.
Our camera operators up here with us are enduring the elements as well. Trying to keep the prep sheets dry and all that good stuff too.
First down and 10. Ball's on the 41.
From the 41, 1st and 10, a First Choice America first down for the Highlanders. Inside the 40, down to about the 38-yard line.
Jackson. Trey Cole.
Zaw Jackson on the carry for Huntington.
2nd and 7. Ball's on the 38.
Gain of 3, 2nd and 7 from the 38-yard line with a minute 15 and winding. Tavion Wilson lines up in the slot, double slot this way with Tubbs. Chandler wide to this side. We're going to hand it off to Sack inside the 35, down to the 33-yard line. Picks up 5 on 2nd and 7 to make it a 3rd down and about 2. Courtney on the stop for Wheeling Park.
Looks like we're getting some snow collecting on the field now.
Yep. The first snow that this turf has really seen. This new turf here at Wheeling Island Stadium was installed back in July. First game that it saw was the OVAC All-Star game at the end of the month. And of course, Wheeling Park has played on it all season. Handoff on 3rd and 2 to Sack, but Wheeling Park's defense is all over the football. Trey Coker and Xander Ackley and a couple of other red shirts are on the spot to set up a 4th down and 5, a loss of 3 on the play.
Somebody's done some coaching there. They put 5 guys at the point of attack.
And that will end the 3rd quarter. 12 minutes to go. Wheeling Island Stadium has turned into a winter wonderland. Huntington 44, Wheeling Park 39. The final quarter comes your way next.
Adventure takes you here, but much of it starts right here in West Virginia, where Toyota has lived alongside hardworking West Virginians for over 25 years, investing over $2 billion in the Buffalo manufacturing plant and bringing in over 2,000 jobs. And that helps fuel the local economy. Thanks for making Toyota the #1 selling brand in West Virginia. See your dealer and start your adventure today. Toyota, let's go places.
Thank you, Ohio Valley, for your generosity towards the WTOV9 Coats for Kids campaign, supported by Cedar One Group.
Our goal is to raise $50,000 to the Salvation Army to ensure every kid in our community has a new coat to stay warm this winter.
Temperatures are starting to turn colder and the need for help is significant.
Scan the QR code on the screen now to make a safe and secure donation, or send a check to the address on your screen now through December 3rd.
Donate today to the WTOV9 Coats for Kids, supported by Cedar One Group.
Final quarter on tap, 4th down and 5 from the 36. Huntington will go for it, and they are clapping as a flag flies. Is this a neutral zone infraction on the Patriots?
It sure is.
Yep. Another look at it here as, is that Hunley? No, Yanchak flies into the neutral zone. And the ball's at the Wheeling Park 31. 1st and 10 as this 4th quarter gets underway. Handoff goes inside the 30, down to about the 26-yard line. Gain of 5 for sack.
Second down and 5. Ball's on 26.
Another sack handoff, but met immediately by a pair of Patriots. Good job by Cameron Dietrich and Jaden Woods-Davis to converge on Keegan's sack. Sets up a 3rd down and 6, loss of 1. Back to the 27.
3rd down and 6. Ball's on 27.
Play action. Pass caught inside the 20 and out of bounds goes number 6, Jamari Tubbs. Good throw and catch for a 1st down for Huntington. Needed 6, got 8 to the 19. Another pistol look here for the Highlanders. Tight end to the left side of the line. 3 receivers to the right. They're going to throw a little screen on a play action to Wilson. 10, 5. Tackled inside the 5-yard line down to the 4-yard line. Almost like an option screen, coach, into the hands of Wilson, and he's able to make the rest happen with the feet.
He made that pass run option. He comes out and looks at the end if he's going to attack him. He has the bubble screen or the fast screen, whatever is out in the perimeter there.
Yep, gain of 15. 1st down and goal at the 4. Another option. Crawford will keep near the goal line. Is he in? Huntington thinks so. No signal yet from the officials.
Not yet.
And Wheeling Park is signaling that they've got the football. There's a bunch of signals going on, but the only ones that matter are for the ones in stripes. And it looks like Crawford will be about a yard short, and the clock will run.
Oh, it looks like it's inches.
Almost rolled over the top. And the Huntington faithful, looking at our replay on the video board here at Wheeling Island Stadium, think that that was a touchdown. So down to the 1 it goes, 2nd down and goal. Handoff, Jackson, Wheeling Park again stopping him short. This time a little bit of a loss on the play, it looks like, back from about the half-yard line to the 1.5-yard line. And it'll bring up 3rd down and goal. Hodge on the stop for Jackson. Another opportunity here for Wheeling Park to make a defensive stand. 3rd down, goal from the 1-yard line.
Going under center for the first time.
Tush push, perhaps. Yes, Crawford is in. Touchdown, Highlanders. Yep. Avante Crawford, his 4th rushing touchdown of the season, puts 50 on the board for Huntington. They lead it by 11 once again. (50-39), 8:55 remaining. Price will try the point after attempt. Franks' snap, Wilson's hold, and Price's kick all work. Yep. 51-39, a 12-point game but this one's not over.
No.
It is, we have seen time and time again that this one can be shifted back and forth momentum-wise and scoreboard-wise.
Scored 90 points in this football game, and there's still 9 minutes left.
8:55 to go in the ball game. Park down 12. Here's a word from the sponsors.
The Bordas and Bordas Friday Night Rivals on WTOV9 is sponsored by Mr. Rooter, the Center of Music and Art, Trinity Health Systems, D. Felice Brothers Pizza, Local Union 495 Plumbers and Pipe Fitters, and McAdoo Towing and Crane Service.
7-play, 69-yard drive for the Highlanders of Huntington. Make it 51-39. Wheeling Park down by 12. Both of these teams have not lost in over a month. Wheeling Park's last loss was a 20-point defeat on the road at Fairmont Senior. Huntington last fell to Martinsburg in week 2, back on September the 6th. It's a 9-game winning streak to this point in the season for the Highlanders, a 4-game winning streak for Wheeling Park. And it looks like the Huntington kickoff unit will need a holder here, because this one keeps just blowing off the tee. But it looks like for the time being, the snow has subsided. Price's kickoff is deep.
Waiting for the deep kick.
Owen Dobrinsky-Hines will take it at his own 12 to the 20. Outside, broken tackle, takes on a defender past the 25, and they'll spot the football at about the Wheeling Park 27-yard line. So that's where Jay Bordas, Brennan Wack, and this offense will go to work. But we'll have to see, Coach, if we see Jay Bordas. That whole last drive for Wheeling Park was all Wildcat with Brennan Wack.
First down to 10.
I see Bordas back on the field now.
There goes number 2, yep. .8:45 remaining. There goes Brennan Wack, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Wack takes the football to about the 33-yard line as Chandler comes up with the stop.
Second and 5. Ball from 33.
Gain of 5 for Wack, 2nd and 5 from the 33. Good job by that Huntington defense, able to converge there on the ball carrier, Brennan Wack. Miller again said his name a bunch in this second half. Lyles in on the stop as well, the nose tackle, number 77. I mean, this Huntington team is going to be good for the next couple of years at least. You know, they've got a great balance of senior leadership on offense with the quarterback Crawford, the tailback tandem of Jackson and Sack, but also some juniors and sophomores all over this starting lineup. Bordas into the air, incomplete. Dobrinsky-Hines was coming down the seam here near side, and it looked like the pass was just a little too deep and a little too far behind him.
4th down, they may go for it here. I don't think they want to give the ball back to Huntington at this point. They're sending the punt team on, but that doesn't mean anything.
Nope. Jamison Maynard is the punter for Wheeling Park, and he has yet to punt, despite them lining up as if they were twice prior in this game. And I hear a couple of Huntington fans yelling out, "Watch the fake." They looked like they were going to for a moment, but then Maynard, check that. That's Brennan Wack gives it the boot. And this will roll inside the 20, down to about the 15, 14-yard line. Maybe the sheet of snow on the turf let that ball slick a little bit further down.
We got a flag on the field down here.
Okay. At the 46-yard line to our left.
see what this is.
Personal foul. It's James James, number 44.
Personal foul against Wheeling Park.
Gives Huntington a little better field position.
Yep, instead of the ball being placed at the 15-yard line, they're going to place it, what, at the 30?
Yep, so just on the Huntington side of the 30.
Okay, there we go. The official had the football back at the 15-yard line, but they brought another one in here, and we'll place it at the 30. So what do we think, Coach? There's an opportunity here for Huntington to almost salt this one away.
Well, I would say yes.
On paper,
on
it is.
paper, that's right. But their points have been scored so quickly in this game that let's just let it play out and see what happens.
7:12 to go. 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line. Huntington forces a 3-and-out from Wheeling Park. After a 7-play scoring drive, Huntington gets the ball back. Keegan Sack on a first down carry. And Mr. Reuter first down.
On the play for Wheeling Park. No gain, 2nd and 10. Balls on the 30.
No gain. Good job there by Wheeling Park to keep Sack in check.
Ackley, number 7, coming from his outside linebacker position, made the tackle.
Park brings 4 on 2nd and 10. Sack takes on a couple of defenders up near the 35-yard line. Forward progress will take him to about the 36 before he's brought down by Dobrinsky Hines and Jed Hunley. It looks like Hunley is shaken up on the play, clutching at that right shoulder.
Official time.
.6:15 remaining, and Jed Hunley is to his feet and back to his sideline.
It's like he probably got he's moving it, so he probably got a stinger or something up in the shoulder.
He was
area.
grabbing at that right shoulder and is back in his huddle after the injury timeout. Third down and 4 from the 36-yard line.
This is crucial right now for both football teams. If Wheeling Park can make a stop here, force a punt.
Balls on the 36.
High snap. Crawford hands off to Zaw Jackson.
Oh, just
who gets
made
enough for the first down. What a run and what an effort by number 8.
Sure
to
was.
Keep that thing moving. He was brought down at like the 38 or the 39 and then spinning and diving across that lead stick at the 40 for the first down.
Keeping that balance, keeping himself moving. We're going to see the replay here. This is a great run. Breaks out of it, throws the hand down, keep himself up.
Needed 4, got 5. 1st and 10 at the 41. Got to give Michael Nider credit. Had him wrapped, but Jackson just won that play. The clock winds at 5:05 with Huntington up by 12. Another high snap and another run. Good job by Park to keep him in check. Bouncing, pinballing Keegan Sack backwards, and ultimately a couple of red shirts bring him down.
Xander Ackley, Nolan Yanchek on the play.
A lot of whistles. You're going to have to put more time back on the clock, I would assume. The clock kept running. So 7 seconds go back on the clock. Wheeling Park called timeout after that run play. And a good run play for Wheeling Park defensively. They forced Huntington to lose 2 yards.
It's a good timeout. They put them in 2nd and 12. They need to make a stop now and force this punt.
Another look at the Seven Ranges Goat Cam in the student section at Wheeling Park High School has stuck out the elements. If you're in the Ohio Valley area, check out the Goat House at Seven Ranges Entertainment, Fort Steuben Mall in Steubenville, Ohio. Well, if you're a Huntington native or a Huntington fan and you're joining us on our digital platforms, welcome. And thanks for joining us for this matchup this evening as Keegan Sack takes the handoff across the 40 up to the 44, gets 5 of it back, and it'll bring up 3rd and 7.
On the play for Wheeling Park. Third down and 7. Balls at the 44.
Once you get to 4 minutes on the clock with a 2-score game, the clock becomes an issue. You got to start using your timeouts. If you're Wheeling Park, you got to stretch the play clock. If you're Huntington,
3rd, 7 from the 44. Sack at midfield has enough for a first down, and another hard run for number 1. But the football comes out at the end of the play. Wheeling Park signals that they've had it. They've had a couple of those today where they think they end up with a turnover, and they don't. Park thought maybe they caused the turnover. We'll check it out on the Team Automotive replay. As Sack comes near side.
Dips the shoulder. He knew where the sticks were.
A ball came out, I believe, after the elbow was down. Into plus territory at the 48-yard line. Needed 7. Got about 9. 1st and 10 at the 48. This time it's Zaw Jackson shaking big.
We got a penalty.
Marker flies.
He's going to come back.
Inside the 40 goes Jackson down to about the 33-yard line at Wheeling Park, but this one behind the play.
Right.
And it generally means holding. We'll wait and see the official word here.
That or a cut block, possibly. Yep. Block below the waist.
Look at it again.
Right.
They signaled that Mason Ramsey, left tackle 54, was involved in this play.
Yeah, he
and the left side of the line. Yep, watch it here. As 54 goes low, 44 goes high.
Down to 25. Balls on the 37.
So it's 1st down and 25. That's a personal foul, right? 15-yard penalty back to the 37-yard line. So now it's 1st and 25 for the Huntington Highlanders. 3:30 remaining. Opportunity here for Park to get them off the field, but Zaw Jackson picks up a chunk back up on 1st and 25 and puts the football back at the 48-yard line, gain of 11, and it'll make it 2nd down and about 14.
Second down at 15. Balls on the 47.
They mark it at the 47, so gain of 10, 2nd and 15.
Get the clock to almost 2:40 to snap.
Wheeling Park, 1 timeout remaining.
Can't use it yet.
No 2-minute warning in high school football. So an opportunity here for Huntington to almost salt this game away. Flag flies far sideline, which whistles the play dead.
It's called motion against the wide receiver.
Against number 6,
right.
Jamari Tubbs.
False start. Number 6 in the offense.
Wheeling Central and Williamstown were in a close ball game early on. It was 14-7 in favor of the Jackets of Williamstown at the start of the third quarter. And that's a good one as well. It was 21-14 with 11:55 to play. Williamstown scored a touchdown. 2-point try was good. 9:02 in the fourth. It was 22-21 Williamstown. And that's courtesy of our Rob Metzger. That last tweet was 47 minutes ago.
Wheeling Park just used their last timeout. It'll be fourth down. Or will be third down.
2:10 remaining. Wheeling Park called its final timeout. Oh, they're going to put more time back on the clock. 3 more seconds to 2:13. How about Ashton Genty, Boise State? Wraps up his regular season, 312 carries, 2,288 yards, 29 touchdowns.
Yeah, it makes it amazing in this day and age when people aren't running the football that often. Yeah, they're running it 1 out of 3 downs. But
Genty will likely finish runner-up to Travis Hunter of Colorado for the Heisman, which, if I had a vote, I'd probably vote for the Boise State tailback, but I don't, and it's neither here nor there. 3rd and 18 at the 44. Screen pass caught by Tubbs outside. There he goes. 45-50. Jamari Tubbs, 45. And a good gain. And almost.
Well, that was big for Wheeling Park. And they got him out of bounds. It's like getting another timeout, so they stopped the clock with on 4th down now. Now, what will Huntington do with 4th and 6?
At the 44-yard line.
Fourth down and 7.
4th down 7, they'll call it. And it looks like Billy Seals is going to call a timeout and talk it over.
Yep.
I mean, you're up 2 possessions. So if you elect to punt it deep, Wheeling Park with 2:06 left has no timeouts and needs to score and then get an onside kick. So to me, I think the decision is easy to elect to punt the football, but with the way that Huntington's been able to move the football, a couple of great effort runs from Zaw Jackson to get 1st downs at the end of plays, I wouldn't necessarily totally disagree with the decision to go for it, but it looks like the punting unit is on the field for Huntington.
And I think if they punt, I thought Wheeling Park would put all 11 up, put nobody back deep, try to block the kick to get the quick score. But they're going to put 10 at the line.
They are. Owen Dobrinsky-Hines will stand at his own 8-yard line to our left. And Wheeling Park in red is going to come after this one. Price has got to boot it away. And the other 10 guys got to block. And they do get it away. Price, a line drive kick to Dobrinsky-Hines, who picks it up at his own 11-yard line, comes near side. At the 15, 20, 25, Dobrinsky-Hines out of bounds at the 30 and near the 35-yard line.
So if they would have gone for it, they would have been just about the same place.
Yeah. Well, when you've got a junior tailback and a sophomore quarterback, these are the kind of moments that mature you quickly. Wheeling Park's got to score and score quick. They've shown the ability to do that. And they'll come out in the pistol. Play action for Bordas. He's got time. He's got to roll it near side. Throws the pass just wide of Jamison Maynard. Bring up 2nd down and 10 from the 36.
Second down and 10. Ball's on the 36-yard line.
Over the middle, pass into the air, and it's almost intercepted. A quick throw over the middle from Bordas, intended for Owen Dubrinsky-Hines. Don't think he was ready for it.
No, I don't. I think the ball hit him on the shoulder and popped in the air.
One more look at it on the Team Automotive replay. Almost hit him in the helmet.
Yep.
So it's incomplete. 3rd down and 10 at their own 36-yard line. Wheeling Park trails at 51-39. Bordas over the middle. Wide of the mark again for Owen Dubrinsky-Hines. Incomplete. And this is the play of the game. Fourth down and 10. This near sideline, the visitor's sideline, gets fired up. One stop and this game is virtually over. Wheeling Park with no timeouts remaining. Huntington has 2, but I'm not sure that calling one is in the cards right now for Billy Seals and his Highlanders. This offensive line comes to the line. Luke Miller over the football. Snap to Jay Bordas. 4th down and 10. Over the middle, pass caught near midfield. It's enough for a first down.
Yep.
Colin Wiley, who's been quiet in this second half, gets enough for a first down. The clock stops at 1:33. Gain of 12 to the 48-yard line. Wheeling
Clock's
Park
running.
quick to the line. 2 receivers split out each way. Bordas. Quick throw, out of bounds, incomplete. Flag flies at the end of the play. Is this intentional grounding, or is there something downfield between a defender and a receiver for Wheeling Park that official didn't like?
It was something downfield. I think you're right.
Because intentional grounding, that flag usually comes from back here.
Correct.
Defensive holding down the field against
You got
Huntington.
life.
Clock stopped at 1:20. That'll give Wheeling Park an additional yardage downfield to the 1-yard line? No, 43, 5-yard penalty. But an automatic first down.
Yeah.
Quick throw again. Wack makes the catch. Stops. Stutter steps one defender and goes out of bounds. Inside the 35 to about the 34-yard line. Actually, they'll spot him right at that 35.
Yep.
Gain of 7.
Clock stops. 1:13. It's the way this game should come down to the wire.
Gain of 7, ball for the 35.
Another swing pass near side of Brennan Wack. There he goes at the 30. Good job by the
Nice
Huntington
tackle.
defense to keep him in the open field and
Nice
keep that
tackle.
clock running. Zod Jackson makes the stop on the play.
On the play for Huntington.
Why is the clock stopped?
I don't know.
Oh, first down.
First down.
He had just enough for the first down to the 32. I thought he was a half yard short.
So did I.
Needed 3, got pretty much 3. And now the clock winds. 1 minute. Bordas on play action. Throws, pass caught. Jamison Maynard, his first reception of the ball game, inside the 30.
Right. Doing a good job keeping this thing moving.
Second down and 5 now. The ball inside the 30-yard line, the 27. There's the catch again from Maynard on the Team Automotive replay. This Toyota West Virginia Secondary School Athletic Commission quarterfinal coming down to the final minute. Pass over the middle caught by Maynard. Not enough for a first down. That clock will wind. 47 seconds. Third down and about 3 forthcoming. Wheeling Park's got to go. Ball spotted at the 23. Gain of 4. Third down and 1. Snap. Bordas has time. They're going to throw the swing pass again to Brennan Wack, who uses that speed and gets out of bounds. Has enough for
first down.
Does he have enough for a first down? No, he does not. There's pretty much no gain. 4th down and 1. One more look at it here on the Team Automotive replay. That initial line of gains the 22, and he goes out of bounds at the 23.
I think he thought he had the first down.
I think he did too. Oh, no! Colin Wiley had it, and he dropped it.
I think the defender came across his vision, and he kind of lost the football for a second.
Bordas put a beautiful throw over the top. The Team Automotive replay right into the hands of Wiley, and it just fell to the turf. And another really good display of sportsmanship on that far sideline. Tavion Chandler going over to console Colin Wiley, because that's it. That was 4th down and 1. And Huntington will take one knee and head on to the state semis.
What a ball game tonight.
What a ball game indeed, Coach. I'm glad we got to do it one more time this season.
So am I.
First down and 10. Ball from 22.
1st and 10 from the 22-yard line. Crawford takes the knee, and the Highlanders of Huntington are headed to the state semifinals in effort of a second state championship in the last 3 years. The final score from Wheeling Island Stadium: Huntington 51, Wheeling Park 39. The Patriots' fine season ends at 8-4. We're going to take a break. We'll come back and we'll put a bow on this one as Huntington heads south the winner.
'Twas the night of the festival. All through the park, the instruments tuned, each note set to spark. The bows were rosin, the choir voices clear, for Wheeling Park High's greatest show of the year.
Please join us at the J.B. Chambers Performing Arts Center December 13th through the 15th. We welcome an audience of all ages for our annual Festival of Sound. All Ohio County school students are free with ID. Adult tickets may be purchased with the QR code below. Ohio County Schools wishes you and your family a wonderful holiday season.
Adventure takes you here, but much of it starts right here in West Virginia, where Toyota has lived alongside hardworking West Virginians for over 25 years, investing over $2 billion in the Buffalo manufacturing plant and bringing in over 2,000 jobs. And that helps fuel the local economy. Thanks for making Toyota the #1 selling brand in West Virginia. See your dealer and start your adventure today. Toyota, let's go places.
Thank you, Ohio Valley, for your generosity towards the WTOV9 Coats for Kids campaign, supported by Cedar One Group.
Our goal is to raise $50,000 to the Salvation Army to ensure every kid in our community has a new coat to stay warm this winter.
Temperatures are starting to turn colder and the need for help is significant.
Scan the QR code on the screen now to make a safe and secure donation, or send a check to the address on your screen now through December 3rd.
Donate today to the WTOV9 Coats for Kids, supported by Cedar One Group.
All right, welcome back inside Wheeling Island Stadium. The final score: Wheeling Park falls by 12, 51-39. Brennan Wack with an absolute performance for the ages. And if you were to ask him, I'm sure he'd much more likely would want the win.
Sure.
But Laborers Local 809 player of the game, no doubt, number 4, Brennan Wack, who had over 300 yards on the ground. I mean, that's unofficial. We'll see if we can get you the final number here in a moment. But he was absolutely fantastic tonight. Goes over 2,000 yards for the season. Sets the record for the most rushing yards in a single half. sets the single-season rushing yard record, both broken by a running back that went to Wheeling Park and went on to play Division I football. I mean, he was in some pretty elite company tonight and played his tail off, absolutely, for sure.
Outstanding football player. We talked to, every play looks like the first carry, and he just gets stronger and stronger and stronger as the day goes on. Wheeling Park has done a great job in this football game, and we have to congratulate Huntington also. Two great football teams to battle in and out.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we take a look next at our play of the game, and it has to do with Brennan Wack once again, the local Union 495 play of the game. This 30-yard touchdown that gave Brennan Wack the single-season rushing record at Wheeling Park High School. Brennan Wack with an outstanding performance on the ground. That's our Plumbers and Pipefitters 495 play of the game. Well, Wheeling Park, again, their fine season ends here in the state quarterfinals with an overall record of 8-4. Huntington moving on to the state semifinals, and they will play the winner of Martinsburg and Parkersburg South. That game just getting underway a few minutes ago. Well, for my broadcast partner, Tony Filberto, and the rest of our hard-working production crew here at WTOV9, I'm Jack Hillgrove saying good night and so long from Wheeling Island Stadium. If you're a Wheeling Park fan and Ohio County native and you joined us tonight, thank you for joining us all season long. If you're from Huntington, happy to have you along for the ride. Jack Hillgrove saying good night and so long from Wheeling Island Stadium. The final score once more, Huntington 51, Wheeling Park 39.